What up? What up? It's your boy C Diddy.
Oh, okay. I'm Matt makes me Matt Kane.
Matt doesn't make me sick. Matt makes nobody sick. Last week we switched names.
Yeah, we did.
People are like, y'all switch names. That's hilarious. I'm like, it's right there in front of you. So
you ever
obvious.
have anybody like walk up to you and call you your name?
Yes.
Is it not weird?
People call me Plus all the time.
It's not strange.
I'm like, that's an acronym. It stands for something. Why are you calling me this?
Oh,
I just go with it.
Like, I'm not on some celebrity shit though. I'm talking about 2 to 3 people a week. Get on the bus. Yo, Matt makes me sick. And I'll be like Ace, like Matt, like Junior Ace. Like that's how it be. Like that shit drives me crazy. Like you wasting breath and all that shit, saying all them extra words. Just say Matt. I had somebody really like, oh yeah, you do the podcast. You and the boy. What did she call you? Oh my god.
Plusio.
Plus. She said. Plusio. She said she got over. She was like, yeah, you and the boy Plusio be funny as shit. And I'm like, who the fuck is Plusio? I'm like, what?
Plusio.
I'm like, no, yo, that's Plus is for people like us. I was like breaking this shit down. We had the green light, and I'm just sitting there like, yo, don't say that shit no more.
People look at my poster all the time and ask, who is C Diddy? That's hilarious.
Yo, it's weird as shit. Like people really, really call you your at name, and y'all promoters. Somebody the other day, it was either you or Rob. One of y'all was posting a bunch of flyers for like birthday parties, and I'm just like, there really don't be like regular names on birthday parties no more. Like it's at names.
Yeah, social media identification.
Which one of y'all had Deuce at your joint?
Me.
That was you. And I saw the joint. It was like, birthday party for D Block Deuce, and I'm just like, it's really at names now on flyers and shit. Like that's really, it's gonna be at names on obituaries sooner or later. Real shit. It's fucking crazy. But
he was a great man. He posted 4 funny meme posts a week
in loving memory of Keep the Burner 215. Real shit. It's gonna be straight at names on obituaries sooner or later.
Remembering All Smoke 267.
Yo, it's crazy though because people really don't remember you or don't even know you. Like you be like, yo, you know Greg? What Greg? You like Greg Johnson? G Money _ 22nd Street. Oh yeah.
G Money _ got a lot of hoes.
Shit is crazy.
Yeah, I know that. Yeah. That nigga was fucking my bitch last year, man. Nut ass nigga. Damn, they smoked him. Shit, crazy. Let me call my bitch.
If there is a G Money _ 22nd Street, stay safe. I'm not trying to put that in the air
at all. It's enough foolishness going on right now in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania.
Yeah, but I don't know.
What's going on? How was your week?
Week was cool. I got a couple things accomplished. I finally finished the book I was reading, so I'm on to another one.
Got you.
I finally watched Anchorman 2. Have you? People told me it wasn't funny, so I never watched it. I cut that shit on the other day. I'm talking about I literally slid off the couch 2 or 3 times. Like I was in hysterical. You seen it?
Yeah, I remember fucking going to see Anchorman 1. I'm in the movie theater with my 2 cousins or whatever, and I'm in there crying.
Anchorman 1 was retarded.
I'm like standing up in the movie theater yelling.
That Ron Burgundy character might be the funniest character he's ever done.
It's fucking hilarious. And everybody's just looking at me like, this shit is not funny. And I'm just like, y'all motherfuckers are stupid. Like, this is the funniest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Not to go into it deep, but when she brought him to the family, the black family for dinner, and he started acting black, like talking like them to appease them, and the dad is like, yo, you ain't gotta talk like that. Like, he's like, I see you've become quite popular at the network. He was like, well, you know how it is. I go in there, I told that white devil boss, you got to pay me in paper. I'm about my paper. They go, what? He said, you got to pay me in paper. I was fucking dying. I was fucking rolling watching that shit the other day. But, yeah, I got a couple things accomplished. I shaved. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I'm chilling. I see you took the draw off.
Yeah, it's over.
Yeah.
I looked in the mirror and I was like, you look like Cosmo Kramer. Like, it's over. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I look like the fake Kramer. What was the fake Kramer name? The other boy and shit?
In the Seinfeld
show?
Seinfeld. I can't remember his name, but I remember the episode where they switched. Where Jerry was doing the pilot. I can't remember his name.
Yeah, though. I was like, I look like him.
What's crazy is when I watched the like the DVD from Seinfeld. Yeah. He was supposed to be Seinfeld. I mean, he was supposed to be Kramer in the actual show and shit. And they brought him back to be the fake Kramer and shit.
Yeah, I had to do away with the hair. It was too fucking much. I was like, we had a good run while it lasted. I went 2 weeks without getting my hair cut. That shit was growing like a weed, and I got like this weird white people hair.
I was watching Dion the other night, and
so his hair is getting darker by the week, yo.
And I was sitting, I'm like, yo, I ain't gonna hold you if I get the opportunity. I'm gonna try to, you know what I'm saying? Like,
see what's up.
Yeah, Jordan on the Wizards. I'm gonna go back out there if I can. You know what I'm saying? If I get a team want to give me a veteran contract, I'm gonna go ahead the fuck out there. But it's like, I wouldn't mind having hair again. So whatever the fuck Dion is doing, I wouldn't mind seeing it. I was looking at old photos the other day, and I'm just like, damn. It's like looking at your old trophies from when you was nice. That shit is crazy.
And the problem with me is, I was talking to a friend of mine the other day, and I'm like, yo, like, I'm getting older, and my hair is, like, getting thicker. I'm like, all of my friends are, like, losing their hair or lost it already. I'm like, and that's hilarious, but it's not hilarious. I'm like, but I'm getting older, and this shit is getting thicker, and I just got to do something with this fucking
It's weird,
hair.
Though, because my beard grows at a rat. If I cut this shit off in a week, it's back. And it's retarded. It just grows out of this world, but my hair just... on my head just doesn't, it's not with us. You know what I'm saying? There's some type of disconnect. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy. That shit just doesn't grow.
Different follicles.
Yeah.
It's a different follicle base.
My girl showed me a picture the other day. She had in her phone, like she was going through old pictures, and she had a picture from like 14. And she's like, remember this when you was holding on to your little bit of hair? I'm like, I was already bald. I just didn't shave that week. Like, that's why that shit don't look like. That's why I look like that. I was bald in 13, baby. That's 14. Like, yeah, that shit is crazy, man. But we got a lot of hot button issues this week.
Oh man, listen, the world is on fire practically, like right now. And then it was like shit was like breaking, like as we on our way to the studio.
I'm happy that for once it's like we don't got to deal with Trump.
Yeah,
we like nothing with him.
He's chilling, actually.
I don't know where he is, but he's on.
Probably on another vacation.
Yeah, he's on lax this week. Yeah. Everybody else was wilding.
But it's crazy out here, man.
I was thinking that driving in, I'm like, yo, we really don't. All these issues ain't none of this shit Trump. Like for once,
not even semi interconnected. Would you say, Jess? Oh, he's in China.
Yeah, he said when the shooting happened, he was like, I'm monitoring it from China. That's what he tweeted.
What?
I don't know what that means, but is my line? That's what he tweeted. He tweeted.
I got exclusive intel about what's going on here.
He said, "Rest in peace to all the people who got killed." And I forgot what it is. Something Springs in Texas.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm in China, but I'll be monitoring the
closely
situation.
Monitoring it from the golf course.
Yeah.
I'm on hole 11 right now.
They got Wi-Fi at the Hyatt, so I'm gonna stay on it.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
The world is a lot smaller than y'all think, you know. But don't call me, I'll call you.
I heard the greatest. You know when you drive the bus, and you don't drive the bus, but you've ever been on the bus? Like,
hell yeah.
I got to go downtown.
My grandfather got so used to drive the bus. I used to ride the bus with him all the time when I
got to go down for jury duty on I think it's Tuesday or Wednesday, one of them days, but I'm dreading it because I got to get on the bus. Yeah. And it's like, the conversations you hear, you know what I'm saying? Like, they're just so ignorant. So Cardi B has way more money than Oprah. Like, the shit you hear.
I told that nut ass bitch, you can't borrow my dildo because the last time I let you hold it came back with some funny smell on it. She ain't even sanitized it.
It's real though. The conversations you hear just be nuts. I heard the wildest, the earth is flat argument going on the other day. It was so funny. I swear to God, I was driving slow to not get to the stop because I was up there rolling. And I mean, these two niggas was really going at it. Like, it has to be flat. If it's round, you're gonna fall off the motherfucker. And they really going back and forth. I'm like, this is the stupidest shit I ever heard, but this shit is hilarious right now. Yo, that shit fucked me up the other day. You just made me think about it when you said that shit. They was really going back and forth about that, the earth being flat and the earth being round.
That's funny as shit, man. Speaking of jury duty, Obama had to go to jury duty.
Did you watch the video?
No.
Obama, the flyest nigga ever. He walks into jury duty. He got Secret Service with him. You know, he suited and booted because he Obama and shit. He shook everybody's hand in the motherfucker. Took selfies with motherfuckers. Somebody was in there, was just happened to be reading his book. He said, "Oh, now, you know you getting autographed." Took the book and bung out yo, Obama lost his shit for that. Yo, that was dope. I'm talking about everybody in that motherfucker. He was walking around just that people person shit. You know what I'm saying? He like a good OJ. Like that shit just is there. You know what I mean? It was a dope video. I watched it yesterday.
I was reading something. OJ got kicked out of something.
It's OJ.
He got kicked out of some hotel or some shit.
That was a
resort. He's already banned from the state of Florida. We don't want you. That's why he's staying in his man.
On Anchorman 2, you know the movie is like taking place in the 70s.
Yeah.
Remember when they got kicked off of the air and he was like, so Brian, what are you going to do? He's like, going back out west, man, get with my guys. I got some good friends out there, OJ, Robert Blake. You know, we go out cruising for chicks, you know, call ourselves the Lady Killers.
Fucking lady.
Yeah, the Lady Killers. But yeah, OJ's always in some shit. You see what he thought about Bruce Jenner? I sent it to y'all.
Did I?
Because Caitlyn Jenner, you know, they're the same person.
Yeah.
Caitlyn Jenner was like critical of him or something, and OJ was like, I don't know who Caitlyn Jenner is. I've never met that person. I only met Bruce few times. He's like, I don't know. He's living his life as a woman. You know, hey, listen, women live longer. Yeah, he might be on to something. I'm like, yo, OJ. I'm like, yo, we need to get OJ a reality show or a Twitter, man. Like,
OJ needs to be being followed 24 hours a day, 7 days a week for multiple reasons.
All day.
Specifically for our entertainment.
All
and
day.
2, the prevention of mass murder of white women.
Yeah. Crazy. OJ's funny as shit for that.
So the biggest shit going on right now, at least in Philadelphia, and it's a big internet topic. Meek got sent to jail this week, 2 to 4 years upstate for parole violations. The violations essentially included a case that he had in St. Louis that got dismissed for a fight at the airport, a situation in New York where he got arrested, and then the case again got dismissed for wheeling a dirt bike in fucking Harlem or whatever. And in the situation, the cop literally walked up to a pack of kids and said, "Hey, ain't you Meek Mill? You're arrested." So it's like the Lil Wayne shit, like all over again or what have you. And he went into court on Monday to see his back judge, Judge Brinkley or whatever, and he was remanded to the possession of the court. He was hit with 2 to 4 years for these quote unquote violations, and she specifically cited a missed travel obligation that he allegedly did not clear with her, that the DA and the PO both showed her an email saying, "No, judge, not only did you see it and you were aware of it, you approved it. What the fuck are you talking about? Y'all niggas is lying. This nigga's going to jail." So basically now it's become like a national incident. As a lot of people, I guess, found out this week, Meek is managed by Jay-Z's company Roc Nation, so he's made a whole like international incident out of it.
How did people not know that?
People are fucking retarded.
Yeah,
he's been with Jay-Z for like 5 or 6 years.
He's
now.
like Roc Nation's like biggest thing.
Yeah.
It's like
other than Beyonce.
I was going. Ain't what's his name over there?
Sean's over there.
Big Sean and Jermaine. Ain't he over there? Who? Cole.
Oh, Cole's over there.
That's what I thought. Yeah.
No, that's not his management though. He's signed to their label arm or whatever.
All right, there you go. I'm saying because Cole
and they administer his publishing. I think.
Officer.
Yeah, exactly. So apparently, a lot of people weren't aware of this, and they've just now found out. But Jay-Z wrote a character letter to the court, and off of that, his lawyer Jay Ross, the minority owner for the Sixers, who came as a character witness, everybody thought this is like a formality. He's gonna go home in 5 minutes. And he ends up getting 2 to 4 fucking years. So it's just like a whole weird ass situation. Jay wrote a Facebook post about it saying that he felt like the verdict was heavy handed and unjust, and he's going to do what he can to fight it on his end. The lawyer is literally taking it to the people, to the media and shit. He did an interview with Angie Martinez.
Did you see Jay on stage last night?
Jay on stage in Phoenix last night spoke about it. And it's just like, it's like a whole clusterfuck of a situation. And it's like, it's a lot of different things at stake here, so I'll just kind of open it up by asking you just your knowing everything that you know, basically from what the fuck year was that? 2005 to now. What do you think about this whole shit?
I told my girl the other day, I'm like, yo, Meek is in trouble for some shit that happened before I started at something. I've been there for like long.
Right.
I didn't have no gray hair. Like, it's going on for so long, and This is the court system. This is the reason that Colin Kaepernick took a knee. This is the reason you got people like Sean King and, you know, Sister Heather who lost her life down there getting run over by the car. This is why you got all these type things and all these type people moving around and working, because it's bullshit.
Yes.
Now, at the end of the day, I've been critical of Meek. I know I have. Because I feel like he makes idiotic decisions. Yes. He keeps people around him that he just doesn't need to keep around him. A lot of shit I see him do, it's like, dog, you had the opportunity to watch what happened with Will Smith when he first fucked up all his money. Yeah. You had the opportunity to watch what happened with AI, watch what happened with Beans. Like, you got the opportunity to watch it and be right up under the shit. There's no, like, Meek's name has been attached to so much silly shit in the last couple years that it's just like, every time you look up, it's a new incident, new, and he said it his own self on, I think it's 1942 flows, like, even if I ain't do it, they'd be like, you did it. Yeah. You know this.
Yeah. You're well aware of it.
You know this. Yeah. So that's where it's like you kind of got to look at the folks around. Like, it's cool for Jay to get on stage and cool for Jay to write a letter and shit, but it's just like, if Jay is doing this, that means Jay is in your ear. He has to be. Yeah. Or it's just a facade. Yeah. Which means it's one of two things. Either you're not listening or these people ain't really playing it to you straight the way they should be. Right. Someone has to sit him down eventually like, yo, listen, you just need to go incident free. Like, fuck the riding the bike shit. You a bike rider or whatever. That's what y'all do. That's the culture. They do it here all goddamn day. It just is what it is. But the fight at the airport over some silly shit, that can't happen. Right. There's no reason for that lockup to happen. That's just dumb. That just doesn't need to happen. Now, again, the shit with the bike, they was just clearly picking on him. It was just clearly... He's riding a bike. They made it seem like he was out there like a fucking Evil Knievel. Right. The nigga was with 40 Harlem niggas riding bikes, and they the next day show up like, yeah, we watched the video on YouTube.
Look like you was in the video.
Come with us. Yeah. It's just like, wait, what? That's just silly as shit. So it's like, yo, they're clearly picking on him. His judge is a dickhead. Let's just keep it a B.
His prior PO was a dickhead.
His prior PO was a clown. I'm not going to say his lawyer's a nut because I think the lawyer has sense, but it's just like, yo, at what point do you, like, try to get another judge or try to get some type of situation?
Well, allegedly they've tried to, but that was the talk. But then when he talked to Angie Martinez, he said, well, we were hoping to resolve things behind closed doors, and a recusal motion was the last thing that we were going to do. So it basically shows us that they never moved to remove the judge at no point in the last 12 fucking years or whatever that this shit been going on.
It's just, and where I'm at is, like I said, I'm partial. I can see good and bad 50-50 to every situation. The judge is clearly on some shit with him. Yeah. Clearly. It's an abuse of power. It's just no way around it. You could not like me. You could fuck with me. All the bullshit you want to say and do, the judge is on some other shit. It's just no way around it. There's no reason or for him to be in jail. I feel like something's going to happen and he's going to get the fuck out of the situation. When you get out of the situation, how about we just do no more roll-ons? Let's start with that. Let's start with the basics.
Let's chalk that.
Let's
take that out of the arsenal.
Let's leave those
Safari,
alone.
Fresh Montana,
Beans
it's all good.
Got beat up, the kid at the airport, all that shit, let's leave all of them alone. How about we just rap and make music and get the money? And I feel like that's where, like, people's frustration comes into play when it comes to him. Because it's just like, yo, you got an opportunity that, like, no one has. Yeah. Like seasoned vets didn't have that. T.I., Swiss Beats, Ross, Jay-Z, Drake, Khaled, French, all them in your corner. Puff, all them in your corner and at your disposal. Yeah. Nicki, everybody. Nigga really had everybody who was anybody in music and slowly just started
alienating everybody.
So I feel like it's more so frustration from folks when it come to him.
Yeah.
But the whole situation itself, if you can't see the BS, the bullshit, you got blinders on. There's something wrong with you. You know what I mean? And I'm going to say this because people are weird. Nicki, that tweet with the Don't Drop the Soap, it's from years ago.
Mad old.
It's from no one could, like, I've seen people really replying to it like, you a nut ass bitch for that, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you ain't allowed in Philly. No, I'm just like,
number one, what are y'all going to do? Like, It's just certain shit. It's like the whole shit, like when Drake was coming here and they like, we gonna fuck Drake up. No, you're not.
Yeah.
He has the Secret Service around him. Like, once you get over like a $80-100 million threshold, nobody can touch you if you don't want to be touched.
Nigga said we gonna press Drake. I'm like, what y'all doing, laundry?
Like, and then what?
Y'all gonna go get the man clothes? Like, y'all tripping.
So that was a weird moment. That was a weird moment.
That was the weirdest shit of the week, boy. I swear.
We on the other side of the gate, and this nigga's got the police with him. He's worth $120 million.
No, we trying to roll on him, and he not coming over here.
He's not. We inviting him to violence, and he won't come over here. He's not with the fuck shit.
Yo.
It's okay, guys. It's okay. My whole situation with the shit is this. There's a such thing as being a criminal, and there's a such thing as being a nuisance.
Yeah.
Meek is a fucking nuisance to himself and to everybody he comes in contact with. He's a fucking nuisance. However, in the last couple of instances, the things that he did are not criminal instances. Hey, kid at the airport, yo, everybody come through, take pictures with me, blah, blah. Can I get a picture? No, youngin', I'm running late. I'm trying to catch a flight. I ain't gonna be able to do it. Well, fuck you then, pussy. He got the beats put to him. Like, it's like, that's verbal abuse.
No, but here's the thing. It's not even that he's not criminal. He's not even in it.
Right.
Beans got beat up. He wasn't in it.
French got beat up. He
wasn't on stage. What was the other incident he had? Safari. He was getting out the truck. Yeah. He wasn't in none of this shit. But if you didn't do it, they gonna be like, you did it. Yeah. You know this. And that goes into the playing where you at and who's around.
So, my thing is, looking at all of the facts of the case, it's like, hey, case in St. Louis got dismissed, but you initially got charged. Case in New York got dismissed, but you initially got charged. You're a fucking dickhead. I'm going to give you 60 to 90 days in jail. I'm going to send you back to the House of Corrections so you can get your fucking mind right and stop being in dickhead shit. I'm cool with that. 2 to 4 years.
Yeah, that's true.
It's like, I know niggas on federal parole who got caught with burners, who got 11 and a half to 23 months.
I said it the other day. Beans went to jail for a year and a day. You know why? He got caught with a pistol. He was on parole.
T.I., a 19-time felon, got caught with enough guns to take down a small militia. Yeah. He got a year and a day in jail. He got 10,000 hours of supervised community service, and he had to walk off like 4 or 5 years.
The nuttiest shit was they said the judge showed up at Meek's
community service like, hey, nigga, I told you to feed the homeless. Why you folding clothes for the homeless?
Like, they needed clothes folded.
The person in charge sent me over here.
Yeah, crazy, man.
Well, you need to get back on the soup line, nigga.
All right, real quick.
Fuck you up out here.
Real quick, because I'm having... Is the shit about the Boys to Men thing true?
That's what the lawyer said. It was in like the Billboard.com story and a bunch of other publications.
Because I've read it on a couple different joints.
It said allegedly like it was in a private moment in the judge's chamber, and this was like when he got hit with the other vial or whatever. And she was like, "Yeah, you know that Boys to Men song on Bended Knee? I want you, since you like putting my name in songs, I want you to redo that song as a tribute to me and shout me out by name." And they said him and Nicki Minaj looked at each other and laughed, and she was like, I'm not playing. Like, I'm dead serious.
You ever heard On Bended Knee?
Yes, man.
It's a love song.
What the fuck was Meek Mill?
What was Meek supposed to, like, I don't even understand the flip. Like, On Bended Knee, like, asking her, because On Bended Knee was asking for the bitch to take you back.
Yeah.
Asking
Please,
for, like,
Judge, forgive me.
Okay.
I'm down on Bended Knee. What? What? So it's like the facts, the alleged facts of this case are so absurd that they almost have to be true. So right now, I'm siding with Takapina, which is his lawyer, and saying like, "Yo, this is some crazy shit. If any of this, if half of it is true,
if any of it is true,
this is fucking absurd." This is like straight like Chuck Rhodes on Billion shit. Like, you just doing whatever the fuck you want to do.
Yeah. Jesus.
You just showing up places, threatening motherfuckers, hiring private investigators. Like, it's just whatever. Like, fuck it.
Like, yo, you remember that song by Aini Kamosi called Hot Stepper? I want you to remake that. Like, what?
And then what, Judge?
And then what? That's I'm reading it. I'm like,
what's she going to ask for part of his publishing next? Like, yeah, and you going to give me 22%.
They said that she wanted him to sign with somebody.
So, she wanted him allegedly to leave his management company.
Which is the best management company
in the world,
like
Craig.
Real shit, yeah.
In the world. They represent fucking
in the world,
Robinson
Craig.
Cano and Kevin Durant.
I'm about to say KD over there.
Beyonce, Rihanna, Jay-Z, Big Sean, J. Cole, like Joe Gotti, you name them.
Yeah.
Leave them. Leave the niggas that just got you X amount of million from Puma and from Monster headphones and Monster energy drink. Leave them and sign with my man from down the P because he having a hard time and he could really use the proceeds from your fucking management splits. He could really use that.
Yeah.
And take him on tour with you. You know what I'm saying? Jay-Z is not the way to go.
It's crazy. I looked her up the other night. She black. And it's just like...
Yes.
Because when I read the Boys to Men shit, and she wanted him to sign with somebody she know, I'm like, all right, there's no way this is a white woman. There's no way.
You gonna sign with my cousin?
Yeah, no, you gonna sign with my Uncle Frank because he gonna get you right. I'm like, there's no way this is a white woman.
You know, Billy Graham sound in Philadelphia. You gonna sign with him?
You ever heard of Hall and Oates, nigga? And my folks.
Yeah, no, you gonna sign and you gonna like it too.
Yeah, when I read that, I'm like, she got to be black.
This
I looked her up.
It's absurd.
I'm just like, it's no way this shit is true. It's just, it can't be.
If any of it is true, she's done.
If they walked in the chambers and the judge was like, yo, Boys to Men is better than Jodeci, and they started arguing, she's like, I'm sending you back to jail. If that happened, that's drawing. Let alone you gonna remake my favorite Boys to Men song. That's just bonkers, yo.
Yeah, Nate's a good friend of mine, and he can use the publishing splits
for
for you remaking this record.
It's just wild that your probation can just keep getting extended like that, too.
And here's the thing. That's what a lot of people are not talking about. When he got hit, when he took that 6-month hit and went to House of Corrections, they tacked on 6 years of probation then. Yeah. The probation was supposed to end in 2013. At that point, it was already 2015. So what does that tell you? She had already extended it to who knows when, and then hitting with another 6-year addition. And then the underrated part people not talking about, this sentence now is 2 to 4, followed by 5 years supervised parole.
That's insane, man.
It's just like, how long do I have to fucking be a prisoner of the state for something that happened when I was 18, 19 years old? And for those of you that know the surroundings of the case, the whole case is based off of he pulled a gun on a cop who was acting like a street nigga. Yeah. The same shit that happened to Shady and them, like they in the club, whatever, you acting tough and they fucked them cops up. It's the same scenario, except he was on the street. You bitch ass nigga, he pulled a gun on him. Oh, you got the right one today. I'm the police. How the fuck am I supposed to know?
Yeah. You called me a bitch ass nigga.
You called me a bitch ass nigga.
And you got trees.
Fuck. How was I supposed to know you the police? They fucked him up. We've all seen the famous mugshot picture. He went to jail initially. He's been back and forth to court about it since then. He's been violated on different occasions here and there. Part of the reason why his T.I. deal got fucked up was because he got violated. Mm-hmm. Then T.I. got violated.
I was explaining that to my girl, though.
Then T.I. got violated. Then he got his shit together. He got with Ross, whatever. He was on a straight and narrow for a long time. And then just in the last, 4 or 5 years, for whatever reason, he done tried to move. They shot that shit down. At some point, the fucking PO was wilding. They got her off the case. He had another PO supervisor who was like, no, he exemplary example of, somebody that's trying to turn their life around. I fuck with him. The judge kicked him off the case. Oh, you on this nigga side? Well, you off the case, bitch.
That's crazy.
You don't agree with me? Oh, you off the case. This nigga's a dickhead. You off the case. And they saying that the guy that was the supervisor was allegedly he one of the best PO supervisors in the state. And he got kicked off the case. Crazy. So it's just it's 1 + 1 is equaling tuna fish in this whole fucking equation. And I just don't understand it. And I really feel bad for him because, again, he's a nuisance, but he's not a criminal.
Yeah, I feel totally bad for him because it's just to watch him climb out of the fucking mud.
Yes.
Wins and Losses is his best album by far.
Hands down.
I listened to it. I listened to it a lot. It's his best album.
Been playing it all week.
For him to come back and have success, not just drop, but have actual success, get back on the road, get back into the spotlight, get it back. For him to get halted on some this shit, if he would have done something crazy, cool, whatever.
Yeah,
you know,
ain't nothing you,
you can't take that away. But for her, the Boys the Men track,
that shit is crazy.
Nah, dog. Nah, that's not cool.
The petition on change.org is up to 150,000 signatures now. They're trying to get it to the governor's office or to whoever that can do something. And it's just like, why do we gotta go through all of
why?
this?
Well, that's it's more so the tip I'm on. Why do we even when Tamir Rice got killed why do we have to go into the streets and explain to the city
how this is
that
fucked
this
up?
is fucked up? Like, why do we have to explain this?
But he had a toy gun though. He was 12. It's a toy.
And it's crazy. It's like, I hate to be that boy that brings up old shit or brings up some other shit, but it's like, I really sit and I watch these white kids. I watched a judge say out of his own mouth to a white guy who raped a girl, I don't want to send him to jail because sending him to jail would ruin his life.
He can't handle it.
I heard it. Like, go on YouTube. A judge said that out of his mouth. Like, they see them white kids and they see themselves in them kids. They see themselves in them, period.
Yeah.
It would ruin his life. But on the flip side, I'll send this nigga to jail for anything. It don't even.
You're a little fucking monkey and a criminal, and I'll give you 100 years.
But the wildest part about all this, and this, I deal with this a lot at work. I deal with this just all over. It don't even be white people doing it to us. It be us doing it to each other.
Yep.
This a black judge who just, you clearly have an issue with this young dude making all this money. And it's crazy because it's like, you watch Meek when he walk in the court, he really not being Meek.
No.
He in a whole nother.
He's super humble. Everything.
He got on like Oxford's, like he's super regular because he know he can't walk in there and be Meek.
Yeah, with 100 chains on and 4 protects.
You know what I'm saying? With the rose gold that costs 94, I can't walk in there with that. Because of the simple thing, it's like black people hate each other. Yeah. We hate seeing. I don't know why we like this. I'm not talking about me or you per se.
Yeah.
But
as a culture, we're fucked up.
And it's just like black people hate, especially that 40 to 45 year old.
Talk about it.
Yo, listen, I deal with this shit on another level. That 40 to 45 year old black person, they hate seeing the 20 to 30 black person buy new shit and do things. When I started it, you should have. I remember my black BTS. Yo, you been here 25 days. How you get a brand new caddy? I'm like, all right, first off, I've been working hard since I was like an adult.
Right.
All right, second,
this is not my first career.
The 80s and crack addiction didn't ruin me. You know what I'm saying? like I don't have the same troubles and issues you do. You know what I'm saying? And that shit is real though. Like not the super old black people.
Yeah.
But
the middle age,
40 to 50, they hate seeing young blacks buy shit. Why you buy them sneaks? What?
I like them.
They hot. What the fuck? Like, it'd be so crazy with them. And you could see that shit rubbing off all through this fucking case. It's like, you don't like this young nigga. He's super successful. The shit you try can't hold him down. He play you every chance he get. Fuck my judge. Fuck my PO. They all weirdos. And you just like, I'm going to risk my livelihood.
To fuck this nigga around.
With this little nigga. That's just crazy to me.
You mine for life, nigga.
Because realistically, if any of this shit is like proven true, shorty gonna get disbarred.
Yeah, for sure. You're gonna be done. You're gonna be writing a tell-all book soon.
Real shit.
That's gonna be only shot of Here's Why I Did It, like, by Judge Christine Brinkley. I was watching something, and I'm gonna put a nice, pretty bow on this shit. I was watching something. Mano has an interview series right now with Vlad on Vlad TV or whatever, and he was talking about how he feels it's criminal to take a 16 or 17-year-old teenager and give them 20, 30, 40 years in jail. He's like, you don't even have the fucking basic social skills of how to deal with people. You've never been on a date with a girl before. You've never been to the fucking movies. You don't know how to court a woman. You know what I'm saying? You went through puberty in jail a lot of times. He's like, You don't think that's criminal to turn around and he's 16 and then he get out of jail at 36 and he didn't experience none of that shit and you just took his whole life and threw it away and took it away from him?
I watched a documentary a couple weeks ago. Black guy, him and his friends, he was 13. They robbed this white lady and he was like the wild young nigga in the neighborhood and like, you know, he was like, to me, I was the little guy. I was the young buck, but I was like, I'm the toughest. And he shot her in the face in the robbery on some Quillas type shit. Yeah. Like, they didn't expect for it to be like a armed robbery, but he, pulled the blinky out, bow, shot her in the face. They gave this nigga life. He was 13 and sent him to a grown-up jail. Yeah. It's like,
now what?
What? So he in this motherfucker, and he like, I grew up in jail. You know what I'm saying? Like, I didn't know anything. You know what I'm saying? Like, mind you, I'm in the street when I'm 13, so my reading level and all of that shit is way behind.
Yeah, piss poor.
But the white lady he shot, he saw her information. Like, he was with his lawyer and working on like appeals and shit. And he saw her information and he like took her phone number. He was like, I called her and to like apologize to her, and said she answered the phone. She was like, the phone rung and it's like, you have a collect call from, and he said his name and she like, this can't be serious.
Right.
They started talking. Long story short, they became like the best of friends, and she helped him get out of jail. Like, she petitioned and did all this shit, and she got him out, and now he's out. But you figure he was in there for 17, 18 years and shit. So now he's like 30, I think he's like 39, 38, 39.
Damn.
And no, he was 30. He went in when he was 13, got out when he was 33. So he was in there 20 years. And now he's like 36, 37. Yeah. And she works with him. She's like been working with him to like get him to, acclimate back. But you figure it's been a couple years, but he's still like, he weird as shit in the car. Because you figure when he went to jail, it was 92, 93.
Right.
And now he was a kid, so he never had seen what it was like to be behind the driver's wheel of a car. Right. And she like pressed the button, and he like, what button? And she like the start button, and he like, all right, like, and he like, Jones had keys. Just remember his parents and shit. And I'm just like, what if she die in that whole shooting? She don't get. I mean, he just in that.
Done.
You know what I'm saying? But he was like, like crying, all grateful, like that he had a second chance in life, and now he like he like became a motivational speaker and works with the church, and he doing like real good or whatever. But it's just like. Yeah, they'll really put you in jail
with no remorse.
Baby.
Like fuck you.
Yeah.
They'll send you right to adult jail.
That Central Park 5 I told you about, the one boy, he wasn't even they was locking up his cousin. They was like, oh, you can come too.
Yeah.
And took him down. He wound up doing 11 years of Rikers as a 16.
They supposed to be closing Rikers, which is a fucking good thing.
I think it was Spank the other day was saying it was like the worst jail he ever visited and shit. Like, I mean, this jail, so how many of them are like decent and shit? But he was like, it was horrible. They're
supposed to be closing Rikers.
Yeah,
Mano described it as a hellhole.
Yeah. All them documentaries I watched from New York jail, from Rikers, it just be like,
you don't stand a chance. And if you're not from New York and you locked up in a New York prison, you don't stand a chance.
It's like being locked up around new faces and none of them fan. Like, that shit.
That shit like being locked up abroad. Damn near you get locked up in New York City because the gang shit is out of control in jail.
We got the best segues into next topics. You just said locked up abroad. You want to talk about dickhead?
Oh man, fucking LiAngelo Ball, who's probably going to get disowned soon.
Yeah.
And two of his other teammates have been arrested in China for shoplifting from the Louis Vuitton store. Apparently, my initial thoughts about this shit is this is not big baller activity.
No, no, hell no.
His father said it's, quote, no big deal. Apparently he knows some shit we don't know.
LeVar ain't lied to me yet. So LeVar saying it ain't a big deal, cool, it ain't a big deal.
And apparently these three jackasses are facing 3 to 10 in a Chinese prison.
Yeah. You're not trying to go to jail in China.
At all.
No.
This is like the stupidest shit ever.
It's the dumbest shit
Your brother
ever.
got 30 M's, guaranteed. Your father has a multi-million-dollar company that he owns 100% of.
LeVar just bought a 16,000 square foot
house.
mansion.
Yes.
He buying motherfuckers cars left and right. Like, I don't even understand this.
Yeah.
Wire me $350 so I can buy these fucking glasses. Like, it just doesn't make sense.
Makes no fucking sense.
I'm like, LiAngelo had, and this, again, you ain't do it, they're going to be like, you did it. That shit straight say LiAngelo Ball and 2 UCLA players. Right. You don't even know who the other
They might be 5-star recruits for all we know, and only name in it is his.
They might have stole the glasses and been like, shut up, pussy, don't say nothing. They have put LiAngelo right in it. This shit is nuts.
Better not say nothing, you bitch ass nigga.
Dog.
Leave you in China.
Dog. It's just like,
some shit is just unconscionable.
And it's crazy because you look at Lonzo last night, and I ain't going to say that it was affecting him because he hasn't had great games.
Yeah.
But it has to be on your mind like your little brother is in a Chinese jail right now.
Like right now.
Ain't
no one phone call, no Chinese prison.
No. You think his commissary looking right over there? Hell no.
Steve Alford, where the fuck is LiAngelo and these 2 dickheads? Oh, yeah, coach, we forgot to tell you. They kind of got detained at the Louis Vuitton store.
At the Louis store.
Like, what is wrong with y'all niggas?
In China. Like, all right.
There's a Louis store on every corner in Los Angeles.
Y'all go to UCLA. That's what I was about to say. Y'all go to UCLA. Steal the glasses from the one in L.A. Get booked. Come out in a day and...
Yeah. Get booked in Beverly Hills.
And be on Breakfast Club explaining the shit. It's like, I don't understand what made you go to China and want to steal some glasses.
Silly shit, man. Silly shit.
And over there, the way they play is just so... Like we was just talking about, I don't want to get locked up in New York, let alone China.
Oh, fuck no.
The Bulls stole a poster in Hong Kong. They straight killed him.
Yeah.
They slipped that nigga some cyanide and put his ass on the plane. That nigga came off the plane brain dead. Like... That shit is no joke.
People playing games. Like DJ Esco got caught with less than a gram of weed in Dubai. 56 nights.
Yeah.
Thanks for the mixtape, but goddamn, I'm sorry.
One of the greatest mixtapes ever. You know what I'm saying?
But it's fucked up. You see what I'm saying? This shit's fucked up.
Yeah, LiAngelo Ball is definitely my y'all weird and dickhead of two. It's what we October,
November.
Oh shit, it is November now. How about it? So you got 55 days. Somebody might catch him. But as of right now, LiAngelo Ball is my dickhead of 2017. At the end of the year, when we do the realest awards for the year, the realest wrap up,
the realest dickhead.
Like already, that's my nomination for dickhead of the year is LiAngelo Ball. It's like how you even get wrapped up in this stupid ass shit. I don't even want to spend no more time on it. I was pissed when I saw that. Now is where the show's probably gonna go left. We had a lot of musical arguments going
in the last week and a half.
You started most of them on Twitter.
Well, I saw certain shit, and I have a contrary opinion to a lot of things.
I always have a contrary
I can defend my opinion with like fact-based things, like not what I think. Like I can itemize shit that really happened, and people are aggravated by that. Like they don't, because it's like, what do you mean? This is what I mean, and they're like, you kind of got a good point. Like, yeah, you fucking right, I got a good point because I'm not hooked on nostalgia.
I told you the greatest example of that ever. I told you the nigga at my job straight was like, yo, LeBron passed the ball with the game on the line in the finals, dog. Jordan would have never done that. And I'm like, well, Jordan passed the ball to Kerr, and Kerr hit a game winner in the finals. He was like, what the fuck that got to do with anything? I'm like, never mind, nigga. You just told me. Like, that's how irritating it be. Like, I'm not trying to be funny. You laughing. When you a secondary thinker and can go past the what's in front of you and look deeper into shit, it's like having those arguments with people that can't.
He's like, nope, I'm not doing this.
And it's funny because I said the other day, I'm like, check this nigga out arguing and shit. Like, it just don't. You want to do the Kendrick shit first? You want to do the?
I want to do the Migos shit first.
Yo, you want to? Because I figured that was like, okay, we'll do that. Go ahead.
Let's do it. All right. So the biggest argument that I had this week was I had a tweet, and I basically in the tweet I'm paraphrasing. I said Migos greater than sign locks. I said, and if you talking about hit records, it's just embarrassing. Like it's not even fucking close or whatever. And bunch of people jumped in my mentions, fucking bloggers and motherfuckers from literally like all around the world was like in my mentions for 3 days about this shit. And I'm like, listen, the first thing is there's more than one criteria for how we judge an artist other than just like bars and just like rap shit and metaphors and punchlines. It's influence, it's ability, which includes your bars and your metaphors and all shit, hit records, stay in power, sales. And it's like a constantly evolving set of criteria that goes into this shit, but you don't have to be a great rapper to make a great song. And I don't think that enough people consider that when they, make these arguments. And I just think that there's a big nostalgia that's attached to the Lox because they was with Puffy and with Biggie and with Mace and all that shit. And it makes people think that they're bigger than they are. And when in reality, they might be like the 11th best group of all time or some shit like that. Like, it's not even, like, accomplishment-wise, it's, like, absurd how far behind they are to all of their contemporaries. And then when you take a modern-day group like the Migos, people are like, well, you can't compare the two, blah, blah, blah. I'm like, well, it's a three-man group. Migos have 18 songs on Billboard Hot 100 since 2013. The Lox have 4. That's if you include the Benjamins, because it doesn't register as a Lox feature because only 2 of them are on there or whatever. So it's like, when you consider all of this shit, and it's like, people are like, well, the Migos are in a streaming era. Streaming is an unfair advantage. They're not really physically selling these records, blah, blah, blah. I said, well, they got a song that sold 5 million copies. That's out right now, Bad and Bougie. They got a song. They have an album that's sold 1 million copies, Culture. With that, they're about 50-50 between physical sales and streaming sales, streaming equivalent sales. I said, but have y'all factored in the fact that the Lox existed in an era that was a loaded ball era where record labels purchased albums? It's well documented. Leor Cohen, Jimmy Iovine, all of them have admitted to purchasing albums to stoke the demand and to make people buy more fucking materials. And it was in an era where literally anybody could come out and sell 225 to 250,000 the first week. Any fucking body. Like, me and Matt could have put an album out in 1999 and sold 250 the first week.
Well, I used to write raps too. I never got a chance to lay any tracks down, but I wish I could have had.
Like if me and Matt was signed to Bad Boy in '99 and we put an album out, we was selling 225 the first week, guaranteed.
Black Rob sold 2 million.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Fucking 2 million of the album and of the single.
Yeah.
So it's like when you factor in all of this shit, it's like, yo, it just skews the argument so much. And my whole issue with the Lox is not so much that they don't have many hit records. The issue is that their contemporaries, their direct contemporaries, the people that come from their era are some of the biggest stars we've ever seen in the history of hip-hop. DMX, Ja Rule, and Jay-Z. The Lox are no more gutter, more street, got more street stripes than any of them 3 guys, but yet and still, all 3 of them found a way to figure it the fuck out and still do them, but still make hit records and still sell records. The Lox never tried. They never gave a fuck to really go in and, you know what I'm saying, and bend a little bit. The furthest they did is like Ride or Die Chick. Oh, we get a Timbaland beat and put Eve on the hook. But that's like low-hanging fruit. That's what's really immediately right in front of you. Jay-Z did fucking Blue Streak soundtrack. Jay-Z did fucking the Rough Riders soundtrack. He did fucking Jigga. All these fucking different, he literally outworked everybody. He put himself in every market. Money Ain't a Thing. All these records. Fucking Ja Rule changed his whole style. Grew his hair out. Got fucking braids. Start making chick records. They groomed him and Irv groomed fucking Ashanti. Like, motherfuckers went outside their comfort zone and did different shit in order to make a lasting impact, because once you get past the coupe is gravy and the seats is mashed potatoes, what real content do the Lox have?
You want me to talk?
I'm just
because I was letting you go.
I'm on one, but whatever.
You want my play?
I want Matt's 1-2 on this, because once upon a time Matt vehemently argued with me and Ra about Jadakiss, and then he's like, "This is terrible."
No. I'm gonna do it right now. Here we go. Jadakiss per bar is the best rapper ever. Understand what I'm saying when I say this?
Yes.
I'm talking
one
about
criteria, a single.
I'm
criteria.
talking about a 16 bar rap where it is 1 bar, 2 bar, 3 bar on its way to 16. There's no one who writes 16 bars better than Jadakiss. Yes. He's got the greatest opening line. You want to know why I invest in the haze and in the dope? Because right now I'm currently a slave for Interscope. Like, Jada has those. You know what I'm saying? He has those them one-liners. Come through controlling the Porsche, haters shaking like Ali, holding the torch. Like, he has so many of those, it's not even funny. He never evolved past that, though. Right. 16s, there's nobody better, I think. Like, Jadakiss is what Fab and Lloyd Banks and the Cassidys and all of them aspire to be. Jada, I'll wrap circles around these new Urkels. Jada wasn't lying when he said that. He will. there's nothing deeper. For me personally, if I want deeper, I go to Styles because I know Styles is just going to go to another level that none of them can touch. Yeah. I tried to explain to somebody recently that I think as far as rapping, Beans is a way better rapper than all of them. Yeah. And that niggas was arguing with me. I'm like, no, I'm not trying to be fun. And they're like, oh, you think Jada diss track? I'm like, Jada's diss to Beans was immaculate. It was perfect. But Beans did feel it in the air. Styles could have done it.
Right.
But Jada's not doing that.
We're 20 years in, and we don't know shit about Jada.
And that's what I mean. It's nothing below the surface. Yeah. And it's like you said with the low-hanging fruit shit. It's like, yeah, their thing became, we the streetest niggas out. We going to rip apart all these mixtapes. We're going to drop these freestyles. Then when the album come out, we're going to get Sam Smith on the hook and a beat from Zaytoven, and boom, there we go. It's like, nah, it's nothing past that.
Yeah.
When I look at the Lox versus Migos, the Lox are better rappers. They are. Chic,
absolutely.
Styles, Kiss, they're just way better rappers. As far as impact to the game, it's Migos. Because Migos, they got Drake rapping like them. Like their flow is Drake, just Kendrick. So it's
infectious.
Exactly. Staying power, of course, is the Lox is. But this is the thing. It's like the Lox to me are like a group version of what Nas became. Like, they have a core. Their core shows up to their concerts. Their core buys their albums. Their core be ready to fight you on Twitter and Facebook and shit. As far as Migos versus the Lox, of course Migos has way more hits. You know, that's just not even close. They're a hit-making fucking crew. It's what they do. They're crossover at this point. You know what I'm saying? They've had actual anthems. We have a show called Migos for President. Yeah. They've had actual anthems.
It's our biggest show.
Now, with that being said, though, We Are the Streets, that's one of the albums that got me through high school.
Absolutely.
So it's like I look at the Lox just in a different – I look at them in a different way than I look at Migos. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know, I like cheesesteaks from the Poppy store, and I like cheesesteaks from
Barclay Prime.
Dallas. I was gonna say Dallas Angeles. I ain't a rich nigga, but all right. It's like they're both cool. I'll get them on either day. You know what I'm saying? But it's just like certain days I want this. So like realistically, the best album to me to come out of the Lox camp was Gangster and a Gentleman. I feel like that's the best body of work that came out.
I agree.
Because Jada, if you listen to his first album, Kiss the Game Goodbye, and then you listen to The Last Kiss, they sound pretty much the same. A beat from Tim, a beat from Pharrell, a beat from this person, and fire 16s over Styles telling niggas how to kill them on the hook or whatever. You know, it's like the format is the same and it never evolved.
Yeah.
Evolution is supposed to happen. Jay-Z couldn't always rap like the Fushnikins and us be talking about he the greatest rapper ever.
Exactly.
Yet Biggie even. That to me is what makes Biggie the best, is the fact that you saw Biggie progress from the dirty Brooklyn nigga that be robbing and selling crack to Frank White. You saw it in 2 years. That progression was insane.
Absolutely.
And with the Lox, there really was none. It's just hot. Like, Styles is such a good rapper. Yeah. But it's like, if you listen to Styles on, what was their first big hit? Money, Power, Respect. You know what I'm saying?
Only time can tell how the clock tick.
You know, only time will tell how the clock tick. I'm really love here, but I'm still a hostage. 2 personalities, check the posture. Smoke on the mouth, clear out the mouth. I can't remember the line at the end. But if you listen to Styles on, what was the joint he had with Rick Ross?
Oh, BMF.
No, on the mixtape. Keys to the Crib you want. Keys to the Crib. I got work from Argentina and Belize in the crib. Homie holding Nina, could sneeze him a fifth. Knee deep in the coke game, trees in the fifth. Biggie on the stereo. 7-digit flip, the scenario. That's how he raps on Money, Power, Respect.
Right.
It's like there really isn't an evolution to them.
It's great.
It's great rap.
The same shit.
It's nowhere. It's great rap.
Same shit for 20 years.
So, me personally, I'm always going to hold the Lox in a higher standard just because I grew up listening to the dudes. Like you said, it's a nostalgia thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to have nostalgia feel into some shit that came out this summer.
Yeah, some shit.
It's just it's borderline impossible. But everybody that was mad at you for what you said, I'm like, no, he see, it's just, y'all got to read. You know what I'm saying? Because the man said that they got more hits and more of an impact on their generation. Which they do.
Yes, they do.
Styles and them didn't have an impact to where people was trying to look like Styles or look like Jadakiss.
Right.
People were rapping like Jadakiss because that was honestly the way rap was presented. Like, you gotta get your bars straight.
Yeah.
Look at how different things was once Outkast hit. And it was like, damn, who can make music like them? To where Dungeon Family and what was their producers? Organized Noise became the thing to go to because it's like, damn, we want to sound like that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, we want something more than just beats and rhymes. We want a worldly sound. We want something that's going to play in Tanzania and fucking Brazil.
T.I. said it best. They want to be like Shorty. Go get a beat from Toomp and try to sound like Shorty. Like, that shit is real. It's like when you got that impact on your generation, everyone wants to be like it. Everyone wants to sound like it. Everyone wants to be the next you. And Migos did that 10 times over in this generation. So it's a good argument. It's going, you know what I'm saying? It's one of them joints. That spawned who are the greatest rap groups of all time.
Yes.
What do you got?
It's hard to do a top 5 rap groups because there's so many good ones.
I'm going to say this. Outkast, Wu-Tang, Public Enemy, to me, are like the 3 that I look at them as just different than everybody else because they were like earth-shattering. Like, people don't even dig it. When Puff and Suge and Snoop and all them had all that bullshit out at the Source Awards, Dre got on the stage and was like, the South got something to say.
Right.
All that bullshit. And sure enough, they took over hip-hop. In the midst of these idiots fighting and killing each other. So it's like, I just always looked at Outkast like, they got 4 classic albums. They got AT Aliens, Aquemini, Stankonia, Love Below, Speaker Box. Those are better than whoever you can go get's catalog.
For sure.
And I know it's going to be motherfuckers like, oh, but you always say Dre ain't up there for the best rapper. He not a solo rapper, so I don't put him up there with that. But as far as groups, there ain't motherfuckers out here who got better albums than them dudes.
Correct.
It Takes a Nation of Millions is the shit. Enter the 36 Chambers is the fucking truth. I love fucking Wu-Tang. To this day, I still play Cream like it just came out. Wu-Tang, Public Enemy, Outkast are just, I'm trying to think I never was a big Arrested Development fan. I never was a big Tribe fan. Ra's a huge Tribe.
Got two classics though.
Bonita Applebum, all that shit was dope. Ra was a huge Tribe fan. Yeah. I wasn't. But it's those 3, and then in the next tier, I got the Locks. You're gonna get mad. I got State Property because those are my guys. And
that second State Property album is a classic.
I think the first one is better.
You think it's better?
Who'd I know?
That's some good shit.
Oh my god.
They fucked.
I came up fragile in that. What Spark say?
Beans fucked that money up, man. God damn.
Yeah, it fell apart on some bullshit.
But
State Property was my shit, man. But who you got?
I got Run DMC number 1.
It's crazy. I always look at Run DMC like they were just such a crossover success. They're like Michael Jackson. Like when you talk about best R&B singers, you always say Kells.
So
and
is it
Usher.
almost like not fair to put them in the equation?
No.
I just hold so much of Run DMC dear to me because of the swag, like, and just how they was able to make big records in a time where rap was in its infancy and niggas is still trying to figure out, but they just like
real quick
making these huge ass.
What's crazy
records.
is the other day I watched a thing on YouTube and the best rap song from every year. It was like voted on by all these people, and it's like the best rap song from every year from 1981 until 2017. So like 81 was the Treacherous 3, 82 was my John, Grandmaster Flash, it's the message, and then 83 was Curtis Blow. 84 was, can't remember who 84 was. 84 was Run DMC with
Sucker MCs.
One of them. I can't even remember the song. It was 84. Then 85 was another Run DMC joint. Then 86 was Rakim crept in there.
Yeah.
And 87 was Run DMC. And I'm like, all right, well, at least it was Walk This Way. And I'm like, all right, that's Run DMC's 3 big hits. They're out of here. 88 came on. It's tricky. I'm like, oh, shit. I forgot all about that.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
yeah, Run DMC has smashes, but
man.
I always look at them like they're just bigger than group hip hop. You know what I'm saying?
I can feel that, but
So,
I mean,
I never mention them. It's like mentioning Michael Jackson when you say best R&B.
It's just like when Jay-Z said, I invented swag, I said, first of all, that's a lie. Run invented swag.
Yeah.
Run was the first swagged out nigga ever. Run had 20,000 people in the guard holding up Adidas, dog. Yeah. Like, Run is the nigga. You know what I'm saying? Hands down, no doubt about it. But mine is Run DMC, Wu, Outkast, Public Enemy, and the Public Enemy might be 3. And the Clips.
Yeah.
Then I got a bunch of honorable mentions that kind of all go together.
It's funny, but when the Clips was a group, you know, I like Malice more than I like Pusha T.
Malice was amazing.
And like, motherfuckers couldn't understand that, and I'd be like, the way Malice talked, like, it just sounded different. Like, Pusha T was like, to me, like, he really came off like the little brother in the raps. And I just always like Malice more. Their first album's a classic. Lord Willin' was great. I mean,
the second album got Double XL.
What was the second one? Hell Have No Fury?
Second album got Double XL when Double XL meant something.
Yeah. I mean,
it's just so much depth in their lyrics.
I don't know if I'm taking them over the Locks.
I'm taking them over the Locks because I look at the whole Got It For Cheap mixtape series, and Pusha took it to a rap titan, my favorite rapper of all time. He punished Wayne for a whole mixtape. Like, it was absurd. Like,
yeah, but Jada got so much. Jada and them got a back and forth freestyle over keeping it gangster. Like, that joke was legendary. Like, Jada and them got so many, you know what I'm saying, like, joints. Yeah, it just, I don't know. It's a good argument, though. I see you got UGK.
UGK. I kind of throw like UGK, Naughty, Tribe.
Naughty's one that never gets any mention. And shit.
They another one. They was like almost like a modern day Run DMC. They had big fucking genre spanning.
You know what's
records,
one of my favorite moments as a kid, and it's funny because I spoke to Kurt. Kurt was so annoyed. He was at the basketball game. Shout out Curtis Brown. You know Kurt does the movies and shit. I'm like, nah, listen, man. Me and Chad, I got an idea for a movie. I want to redo Who's the Man. Remember Ed Lover and Dr. Dre? And he was so annoyed. Like, yo, will you just shut the fuck up? But I always love that movie because remember Naughty by Nature performed in the club when they robbed the club and shit. And it was like, as a kid, I always knew that Hip Hop Hooray was a crazy record. But as a kid, watching it at the club and watching everybody in the club do the joke was just like, damn, that's what it's like in Gotham, huh? All right. Like, all right, dude. Because I was a baby, you know what I'm saying? And it was just like, that's what go on in there, bet. But yeah, like, that was definitely a live moment as a kid watching Hip Hop Hooray.
Like, Naughty got OPP, which is the Jackson 5 Flip ABC. Crazy.
I tell you
record.
what, John, and Naughty got
everything's going to be all right.
Nobody pays attention to it. If you watch Juice, they got Uptown Anthem.
Oh man,
dun, dun, dun,
smash!
Dun, dun. That was the shit when I was a youngin'.
Smash. And for a time, Tretch was one of the most dangerous niggas out, man.
You know how live Tretch was? You ever read the story about him with Juice?
Yeah,
he went to audition for Bishop, and Pac just rode with him. And the director was like, yo, what's up with him? And he was like, go ahead. He auditioned. The director was like, yo, we going to put him in there. Tretch was like, that's what's up.
Yeah.
Tretch was straight, and he was Radamez Goon. Yeah. Yeah.
Goon 1. Radamez Goon 1.
Goon 1. Yeah.
Tretch bounced back. He ended up being in Jason's Lyric.
Tell you a good movie he was in, First Time Felon with Omar Epps. You ever watch that joint?
I don't think so.
Omar Epps and Delroy Lindo. Omar Epps was like he was in some street shit, but he was trying to change his life around. He gets booked. They send him to a boot camp. And in the boot camp, he meets Tretch. They become friends and shit. And it's a true story. And like the bull gets out, I gotta watch that. It's called First Time Felon with Omar Epps, Tretch, and Delroy Lindo. That shit was awesome. That was a movie from back then. It was real good. But Tretch was good at. He became like a real good actor and shit
for sure.
But yeah, that's a good ass market. Now, where did this whole Kendrick versus the greats? Where did this? All right,
so where the Kendrick shit came from was I was listening to the Pusha T record Nostalgia. And I tweeted, and I was like, "Yo, Kendrick fuck Pusha around on this record. Like, it's like absurd. Like I was like, the way it was like almost like a precursor to what he did on Duckworth. The way like he set up a story and told it, and kind of like went around the block and then came all the way around. And then when he finally got back around the block, he knocked your motherfucking head off. It was that same type of thing. So I'm just like, yo, like the shit that he was. I'm like, Pusha was Pusha, consistent, good. Dope lines, dope lines, dope lines. But he got some dry spots in that verse. And Kendrick, to come into Pusha's world and almost like do Pusha as good as Pusha, is just like on some other shit. So basically, the whole convo came out. I'm like, yo, he fucked Pusha around. And like Lil Ed was agreeing with me. He was like, Pusha verse, you want to see a dead body? Proceeds to put, no, he's like Kendrick verse, you want to see a dead body? Proceeds to put Pusha in a blender. And it just started like this whole fucking thing. And motherfuckers like, no, it's no way, blah, blah, blah. So then it just got me to thinking like, damn, I'm like, it started kind of like an argument of like the new niggas, the newer generation of niggas, like 2010 forward versus like some of the older niggas. And I'm like, well, Kendrick already put two of the older niggas in a blender already. Jay-Z on Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe remix and Pusha on Nostalgia. And niggas is like, my man Mont is like, fuck no, absolutely not. Love like, fuck no, absolutely not. Because they like Pusha T fanatics.
I'm gonna go through the joints that you got on here. Nostalgia, Kendrick had the best verse. It's just not. Sure. It's not even close. Control, I really liked Big Sean on that.
He had a good verse.
He had a very good verse. You know, like it became a thing. Yeah, you know what I'm saying. And it's crazy because somebody, I can't remember who it was, tweeted, was like, if Kendrick don't name all them names, do you still look at the Control verse the same way? And I'm like, probably not. But if I order a Whopper and they give me a Junior Whopper, I'm going to be pissed. He did the shit. Right. It's like, I can't tell you
the Whopper was there.
The Whopper was there. I can't tell you about what would have happened if he didn't do it. He did the shit. And the verses, you know.
It's legendary.
It's fucking insane.
It's a moment in hip-hop.
It's a moment. Niggas, motherfuckers straight was, people who got mentioned was like, pissed and happy, and the people who didn't get mentioned was like pissed and happy.
Yeah. And Fab still never made it to the studio.
You never seen
Fab was like, I'm on my way to the studio right now.
Joe Budden dropped a 5-minute diss where he was rapping over the Control beat. You ever heard it?
Yeah.
He killed. It's one of Joe Budden's best verses. No one cares. No. But the shit was hot. But it's just the fact that he had the vigor to do that. It's like motherfuckers.
Like why I oughta.
Motherfuckers was affected by that. This is where it gets kind of shaky. Poetic Justice, Drake blew him out the fucking water. It wasn't even close. And on fucking Problems, Drake had the better verse to me. And that's where Joe Buttons was like, let's keep it funky. Drake washed you twice.
I can't go with that because
to me,
no. But what I'm saying, I be in the club.
No.
You know where DJs cut in on that record?
I know that.
From Kendrick.
I could imagine that.
So to me, he did a Lil Wayne move. Where
stole the show.
He stole the show and he controlled the verse with energy as opposed to being super duper lyrical. And Drake beat him on the lyrical part, but he got the more
Lil Wayne, honestly, if you want to be real, We Taking Over, he other than Fat Joe, he has the worst verse on We Taking Over. But he has the best verse on We Taking Over. It's I've seen it before.
Yeah.
I've been there.
It's a trick.
It's a maneuver. You know what I'm saying? It's a left, right, down circle. It's a maneuver. But Drake to me had the better verse.
I call that a tie.
On fucking Problems. One Train, Crit was
in the running.
Yeah.
Kendrick still got that.
Kendrick was there. Don't Kill My Vibe was borderline embarrassing. Because it started off, and I remember hearing it, and up in the clouds, me and my spouse, rumors on the ground, getting too loud, turn that shit down, don't let. He killed it. Even at the end, motherfuckers didn't even peep where he was rapping like he was smoking the weed, taking the puffs, and it was dope.
He killed it.
But then Kendrick got on, and it was like,
get shot up in Vegas or in a Suburban.
No, he said, I'm the oh my God, I can't think about it right now. But
Blender. Nutri Ninja, like Fruit Ninja, all that shit, like
leader of the new school. Who knew I'd be Black Swan? Word to my palms. Ironically, I'm like the Globetrotters best because I can't drop the ball. Told niggas when I was 16 that I read a 16 and put a nigga right on the big screen. Any paddy wagon was 16s. I should have been in the pen, but now I'm a pen writing with morphine. I was like, All right, well,
let's pack this up.
And J Truck, you know what I'm saying? He old. It's old. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he got Jay out of there on Bitch Don't Kill My Vibe. And Black Friday, it's like, it's weird because Cole's just at a place where I don't like him. You know what I'm saying? Like,
even in 2014?
I loved Born Center. That's my favorite album from him. And then Forest Hill Drive was dope. The concepts were dope. I just didn't like the way they played
Execution
out.
wasn't.
Yeah, the concepts were awesome. But the Joan where Rest in Peace to Uncle Phil, that's one of my favorite songs from him.
Dope ass.
But
record.
Cole just, it's like,
y'all should see his it's like I'm fishing, but I'm hitting the speed bag.
Like Deontay Wilder just had the Rumble.
Beat the shit out of
Deontay Wilder. He's 37-0. He has 36 knockouts. If you go to Deontay Wilder for that fight where he doesn't win by knockout, you like. And that's kind of how I look at Cole when he raps. It's like, man, what the fuck? Because it's like you clearly better than everybody, but he don't like knock it out the park. It just be like singles.
You know what my frustration is with J. Cole, and I said this on the show before. J. Cole has the best chance to be Jay-Z out of all these niggas. Him and Meek Mill are the only ones that got a chance to be Jay-Z. Meek's obviously not Jay-Z because he's a dickhead. We already discussed that or whatever. He won't get out of his own way. J. Cole is a phenomenal rapper. He has the stature. He has the fucking respect. All of that shit. He just refuses to rap on anything that's remotely commercially appealing.
Yeah.
And it's just the same mundane shit every motherfucking time. But it's like when you think about like the Good Friday series and all that shit, he had one of the best verses out of fucking everybody on fucking, what was that, Christian Dior Denim Flow? Like, and then it was the other joint, Looking for Trouble. Like, the nigga's an amazing fucking rapper, but it's just like, he almost like on cruise control. Like,
that's how it be seeming. Yeah, exactly. Like, it's just, I'm
gonna sell my $2 million with no features regardless.
Yeah, it's like one of them games where like you go to like the Cavaliers game and you buy front row seats and you done spent $1,800 to sit on the wood pause and you chilling and you like, Bron about to light these niggas up tonight, and then like Bron come out and like he's shooting around and then they like, LeBron resting tonight. And you like, no the fuck he not. That's how the fuck it feel when you're dealing with J. Cole. Like, come on, man. Like, you better than this. And that's where I be at a lot with him. Like, he really a talented dude. And so that was where I was at.
I gave him a tie on Black Friday also.
Yeah, Black Friday was good.
I gave him a tie. But overall, my point is, Kendrick be fucking niggas around for the most. You know what I'm saying? On some rap shit. He's not the best songwriter. He's not the best artist. That's Drake. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? But it's on some rap shit, fucking niggas around.
Yeah.
And that's a fact.
I was trying to explain to my homie the other day, man, we talked about the rapping shit and the progression and the evolution, like we were just talking about with the lots and all. I'm like, remember I told you Lil Wayne's one of my favorite rappers ever, and I got Lil Wayne in my top 5, and he was like, yeah, and I'm like, You know why? It's because I watched Lil Wayne go from
wobbity.
I like literally like, it's time to floss to Big Bodies on Broad South, and we got quarter slabs and birds in one house. It's all good in the hood, hustling like it's legal. As soon as you get it, the golden people break up the block, hit the cut by the corner store, end up in Miss Taylor backyard. Be quiet, she on the porch. Like, I watched Wayne go from that to Stunting Like My Daddy, from that to the Carters, from that to dropping with Drake and and Nicki Minaj, and to where at the end of it, it's just like, damn, Wayne really just outworked every fucking body and changed his flow a million different times in the process, and all that shit was high. I just don't see it from a lot of these other guys. Yeah. Like, I watched Drake's evolution to where Drake drop an album now, most of that shit be R&B, and you like it just the same because it's like he in his zone, he in his element. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of dudes, it just don't be no change to the shit. The way they sound when they come out is the way they sound when they go down. So, wrap up with music. You got a couple more music joints in here. Where's this Versus shit come from?
Oh, my man Jody hit me the other day on a DM, and he was like, "Yo, I got a top 5 for y'all. Top 5 rap verses of all time." And I'm like, Jody, number 1, it's fucking impossible, but we'll try.
I can give you 3.
Like, it's fucking impossible, but we'll fucking try. I don't even have a list. Well, I
don't have, you know.
I got like 3.
That's what I'm saying. Off of the top of the head, like going back, verses that I always just looked at like, Ice Cube's first verse on Today Was a Good Day. Fucked around and got a triple double. Mama cooked the breakfast with no hog. It was so many little one-liners in that verse. I always remember that shit. DMX's last verse on Get At Me, Dog. Not trying to be funny. I told you the first time I saw that video, I almost had a seizure.
Yo, Irv Gotti was on Drink Champs. He was talking about that. He's like, yo,
I didn't even watch it.
He said, we shot the video in black and white. Hype shot the video, and we got these fucking flash effects in the fucking video. He said, if you watch it in the dark, it really fucks you up.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be funny. When I was a kid, young boy, that shit was like, all right, man, what the fuck? And DMX just, you in the back with your faggot ass face down, looking at you breathing, but you dead from the waist down. Fuck was on your mind. Like he just, it was X, and you never heard nobody rapping, you know, on that Baltimore shit. You know, like remember what was the big joint he had at the end? All these niggas in the rap game can barely move because when I blow shit about niggas falling like white bitches in a scary movie. You know, I don't know how to act. Get the closer niggas like protective of Viper. Stand back. Like that shit was always crazy to me. Last verse on Get At Me, Dog. Ice Cube first verse on It Was a Good Day. Biggie's verse on More Money, More Problems.
Flawless.
Biggie's verse on Victory. Even more flawless. Lord. Best verses of all time. What the fuck else do we got? Oh. Jay-Z's last verse on Are You Not Entertained? What more can I say? That was a mic drop. Trying to think what other verses just was like electric when I heard them. Lil Wayne on Miss Me on Drake's first album.
Crazy.
That was a bonkers ass fucking verse.
Crazy.
I wanna say Nas's second verse on New York State of Mind. That was crazy when we was kids. That's pretty much all I got for like. What do you have for best verses ever?
My number 1 is Inspector Deck on Triumph. I bomb atomically. Socrates' philosophies and hypotheses can't define how I be dropping these mockery. Like it's like
he rapped on the end of
It's his standout verse.
He rapped on Raekwon on Cream. His verse.
Started smoking wools at 16.
Shout out to Ross. Same damn little sweater. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. But go ahead.
Beans. Once again, it's on. Seagull hard like corn liquor. I take you out this world like you was born, nigga. Butt naked, covered in blood. We're gonna do
something else right after this. Go ahead.
Right. Biggie, Victory. Lil Wayne, Sky is the Limit.
The Mike Jones song? The freestyle.
And when I was 5, my favorite movie was The Gremlins. Ain't got shit to do with this, but let's pick a verse. Yeah. Like, motherfuckers literally thought that was Lil Wayne's song.
Lil Wayne did that like 19 times. Like dead ass, like
yo, you heard Mike Jones rapping in that Lil Wayne song?
Yeah.
Fuck wrong with him?
People think, it's people out there that think swag surfing is Wayne's. I'm dead ass. Like Wayne fucked up a lot of beats over the years, man. He straight made him his songs.
Yeah.
Show Me What You Got. I don't even listen to the J. John. I'll put Weezy's on before that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Crazy.
And there's pick a Jeezy verse off of fucking TM 101, and I'm gonna put that in there. Like,
you know what's crazy is we was talking about this shit the other day. It's so funny that you mentioned this. I was like, 101 I hated when it came out, but I went back and became such a fan of it. My favorite joint on there is Last of a Dying Breed, right? But that's my favorite Jeezy verse for his life. It's weird as shit. Is the joint on Ross album? Box Chevy at your block, run the whole 50 shots.
The War Ready joint?
Yeah. Try that. That verse was just
Jeezy became a lyricist.
Crazy. I mean, Ross too.
Yeah. Ross was. You could almost tell Ross was dumbing his shit down because like you would get certain songs on the album and you'd be like, "The fuck, this fat nigga rapping so good on this joint."
Yeah.
Like
Blow on the first.
Yeah. Album. By the time we got to Triller though, it was just like, "Oh, this nigga is like a superb rap." Oh, and that's another verse. Ross verse on "Devil in a Blue Dress." The joint on Kanye album.
That was a good ass fucking verse, yeah.
That was crazy.
Never needed acceptance from all you outsiders.
Had ciphers with Yeezy before his mouth wired.
Yeah, that was crazy. That was a good ass fucking verse. Shit, Ross Mafia music. Like that whole intro, that was fucking bonkers. How many songs do you think Beans out-rap Jay-Z on? Let's do that, because you just mentioned it with It's On.
He fucked Jay around on It's On. Bad.
I'm not trying to be funny. Motherfuckers get mad at me all the time, because I do it. You see me do it on Twitter. Beans out-rap Jay-Z 12 times. Like,
easily. Like the John, what was the John with Where Have You Been?
You ready for me to do this? Where Have You Been? Streets is Talking.
Oh, God.
I know you're not going to agree with me. What more can I say? Beans had a better verse. I understand Jay's had the line with the freeway beard shit. What more can I say? Somehow, some way. This Can't Be Life. Once again, It's On. What was the Amil John?
Oh, For the Fam.
Beans used to really out-rap these niggas
Jay was just
a lot.
Jay was just rapping so much over niggas' heads that it made more appreciation for his verse on For the Fam. But the shit Beans was saying was
it was
just
funny
like,
because when I was doing this on Twitter, motherfuckers was all agreeing with me, retweeting and arguing with me and shit. I can't remember who it was like, yeah, and Beans out-rap Jay on Reservoir Dogs. I'm like, all right, look, that's what we not going to do.
Like, taking it too far now, nigga.
You're stepping out of line. That's what we not going to do. Jay left niggas in the other room on Reservoir Dogs. We ain't going to go that fucking far. But what was the joint where Beans first blew with them? He had the Bobby Hoyan jersey on. Mo Money, Mo Cash remix. Bodied them. PHILLY, yeah. Northwest, Southside. Beans really used to out-rap them a lot, yo. Like a lot. And it's funny because I read something recently where Jay-Z said when he first met Beans and he was introducing him to folk, like, yo, I got this dude that has the potential to be better than all of us. Like, he literally could be better than Biggie, better than me, better than all these niggas. And it's like, you heard how they made Reservoir Dogs. Like, Lox and them had just came back to New York. He was like, yo, come to the studio. I got this dude. They came up there. Beans was spitting. And they was like, oh, shit, let's put a beat on. Classic. Right. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, yo, Beans to me is the most underrated rapper ever.
That's another crazy Beans verse. 1,000 bars. Pick 16 bars. Pick any 16 bars you want out of the 1,000 bar freestyle, and it's better than 97% of shit niggas ever did.
I know motherfuckers ain't going to agree with me because Jay is Jay. I think Beans had the better verse on Do It Again. It was just way more memorable to me.
Do It Again. Oh yeah, it was better.
Getting head on the floor, whole crew be wild. Bitch, back that ass up like juvenile. Like, that verse was just so much more memorable. My peeps come to spend a dime at least. You know, Mac come through with a line of freaks.
Mac was on some big ass records, man. He should have $30 million.
He made Pound and Is rhyme 6-7 times in that.
Like,
whole squad get it down like this. Whole squad buying rounds of Chris. Whole squad got their crown on wrist. Whole squad got a pound of spit. Whole squad got a pound of twist. Whole squad got a pound of spit. Case a clown want to flip. Mac never slip in the club. So yo, he's just a really.
And that shit turned into another song.
Real in the club. That shit really, really was crazy. Beans was so good it wasn't even funny.
Man.
Thug.
Yo, Beans really should have like $40 million somewhere.
Easily. Between his rapping ability, the clothing line of Beans really had a aura that motherfuckers fed into.
Yo,
that shit is wild, dog. When you sit back and think about that shit, like Beans just wasn't.
I'm really having a moment right now. Like, yo, this nigga's on like some that's Jay-Z fastest selling album other than like Volume 2, that fucking Volume 3 album. Like, I remember him selling like 600,000 or some shit the first week.
And I told motherfuckers like that album, the most memorable line on that joint was Beans on that Do It Again joint when he said
fuck man
getting the B.I.G. baby. Yeah. Like that Beans was crazy. And I was saying it to my homie, I'm like, yo, if you listen to Beans rap, he's the only motherfucker I think that came along who was as lyrical as Biggie with the attitude and the prowess of Tupac. And I was telling him, I'm like, yo, remember Beans on Rock the Mic? Think about Beans' verse and do it in Biggie voice. And he was thinking about it, he was like, yo, you ain't lying, dog. I'm like, his cadence is like Biggie.
Yeah, it's definitely
it's Biggie. Mac, Daddy, Young Scrappy. No, he ain't no OG gangster. Yes, I is. Come on, don't test our kid. I fired Bomb Chris like Left Eye did. Notorious like that Bed-Stuy kid. Think about that in Biggie's voice. That's how Big would have rapped.
Fuck Beans.
Like, Beans was so fucking good, it wasn't even funny. And this was all while he was banging perks and dumping juice.
And Tylenol force. Like, what's going on?
Yo. Said I fuck with the trees, man. But you know my twist is the juice. I stay on the lean, riding shotgun in the hoop.
Oh, damn, man.
Yo. And I tell you another joint that made me really, really respect Beans and look at him like, Jesus Christ, he's such a lyricist. When he flipped Jay-Z's 21 Questions for the Public Enemy mixtape. Wow, nice Glock. Nigga, you should see the Mac. The whole 40 heaters in the stock fold. I remember hearing that, like,
that's one
Jesus.
of the five, and that's we do top 5 mixtapes. That's one of the 5 best. Mixtapes.
We did that before. Without a doubt. Public Enemy was one of the best mixtapes I've ever heard.
Incredible mixtape.
It was just phenomenal how good he was rapping when that shit came out.
Damn, Beans. We got to get Beans on the show, man.
I wouldn't mind it because Beans is one of my favorite rappers ever. Like that motherfucker could rap.
I'm really having a moment. That's crazy. Like Beans on some big ass records, dog.
Yeah.
For the Fam and fucking Do It Again alone should be like $1 million a year.
ROC stop.
The West Coast Joint.
No,
is that
Raw to the Cook. Look,
taking it to them bucks that be grinding it up.
Competition, lining them up. 45. What was that?
Lemon Squeeze,
You, Him, Me, and Her.
Yeah.
He put everybody away on that motherfucker.
Like this nigga's on like 6 albums that sold $2 to $5 million copies.
Shit.
That back catalog alone, it should be $1 million a year.
Real talk. Like Bleak was a very good rapper. Still, he's a very good rapper. He's just talented.
Yes.
But Bleak, it's a difference in trying to think who can I like put out there that's like in this era to where motherfuckers would really understand it. There's a difference in. It's almost nothing you could compare that shit to. Like, it's a difference in The Game and Lloyd Banks for 50 Cent when 50 blew. Right. Lloyd, my man, and Lloyd hot as shit, but nothing about Lloyd makes you want to engage into his lifestyle. Right. Whereas Game came along and you like, I got to know everything about this motherfucker, to where it's like Game sells $5 million. Lloyd Banks goes platinum, but Game sells $5 million. Right. And that's how I always looked at Bleak and Beans. Like, Bleak's a phenomenal. You listen to Streets is Watching and Reasonable Doubt. Bleak put forth verses that was just, it was almost better than Jay verses. But that was the end of it. Beans came along and it was like, yo, we like this nigga.
Right.
Beans straight put movies in movie theaters. If that don't blow your mind, I don't know what will.
From South Philadelphia.
Really? Like, Beans really, he had that state property clothing shit everywhere.
Yeah, every big NFL, NBA nigga. Like,
I was watching The Wire the other day. That shit's all over them shows. It's just wild. Like, Beans really had, like, he was captivating. You know what I mean? If you look at the joint, remember when Nas came and Hove you doing Tybo Ho? Remember Ho was doing karate on MTV Diary and shit? They was performing at the joint and somebody threw a drink at Ho. Beans literally threw his mic and dove over a wall. And Jay like almost like scared, like, what the fuck is wrong with him? That was just Beans. Like, Beans literally was that bull. And it's just crazy because he really could out-rap your favorite rapper.
Shout out to Beans, man.
Yeah.
God damn.
We've done enough music, haven't we?
It's a wrap for the music.
Oh, let's talk about Tyrese losing his fucking mind.
Man.
I know you got some bars for that.
So, apparently, the shit started with, he's in child support court right now or whatever, in custody court, and he hasn't seen his daughter in 2 months, apparently. He's paying 13 bands a month or whatever for child support. And
that's a lot.
He's claiming to be poor. I don't know if I should take this serious or take it with a grain of salt because every celebrity is poor when they come to child support except 2 people, Lil Wayne and Puff Daddy. Those are the only 2 niggas I never hear complain about child support. Yeah. Everybody else, fucking 50 burned the house down. Yeah. Like, it's like motherfuckers be having problems about this child support. Yeah. And, he had a social media meltdown. Niggas turned it into a dance song.
Motherfuckers have been laughing at Tyrese, and I wasn't laughing because I didn't know what was going on. I didn't know the actual factuals, and I like Tyrese. I'm a fan of him acting. I like his music. It's Tyrese. Yes. You know, it's a Coca-Cola commercial. You gotta fuck with Tyrese. I didn't laugh till that video I sent y'all last night When that shit, this nigga got a fox collar on the leather, smoking a cigar. He was
Shout out to
like,
Coca-Cola
shout
for
out
the
to
product
Coca-Cola
placement.
for the product placement. Y'all know they know I'm going broke. I'm still waiting on that wire transfer from Will. I'm like, yo, this nigga's really losing it. Dog.
Will and Jada fucking issued a statement to a publicist. We're not sending Tyrese shit.
We don't even know this nigga.
If you expecting a wire, unexpected, you know what I'm saying? It's fucking over. We don't have nothing for you, boss.
The original video is funny because of that. What more do you want
What
from
from
me?
me?
That shit is just hilarious. $13,000 a month is like, whew.
But here's the thing: the nigga got a Starbucks and a Benihana's in his backyard.
He got a transformer back there too.
The nigga, like,
He
he got a transformer in the front yard.
Oh,
He got
the rest in the
Optimus
front.
Prime
Optimus
in
Prime
the
in the
front
front,
yard.
yeah.
That's his Atlanta house.
Yeah.
That's not even the LA house.
He was, I'm going to vote for my homegirl. You got to live in Atlanta. I live there sometimes, but I'm going broke, so that's don't even really. Yo, Tyrese crazy. Tyrese,
This nigga's in Transformers at least 3 or 4 times.
I thought they was joking about that Benihana shit. He really got a.
Yes,
I saw
absolutely.
the other day. He really has a.
Yo, y'all want some garlic butter
Yeah.
fried rice? Go in the backyard.
I'm a nigga build a heart out of fried rice real quick in the backyard.
Nigga been in like 3 or 4 Transformer movies. I'm sure he has.
I don't think his residuals from that is crazy. He said that he's going to get 15 mil for the next Fast and the Furious.
But that's not happening until 2019 now.
But I don't understand is why it's like you're saying you're broke, but then you like, yeah, I'm not going to be in Fast and the Furious if The Rock in it. And it's like, you kind of got to get in there if you broke.
For the 15, you got to get in that Jones.
Spank the other day tweeted, Tyrese saying he wouldn't be in Fast and Furious is like me saying I wouldn't be on the Irresponsible tour if Kev won. And I'm like, that's a bad analogy because people know why Tyrese is here. I'm like, and he's getting
He has
paid.
an actual role. He's the comic relief.
Yeah.
You just a nigga on his. You just a nigga on his
I'm
stage.
like, that's a bad analogy. Spank took the joke was. I fucks with Spank because Spank don't ever complain. But it's like, yo, if you're broke, you should like do all you can for the franchise to continue.
You better do something.
That would make sense.
They said this nigga has a company that has like 100 employees.
That's why I was reading it the other
What
day.
the fuck is he doing?
I don't understand how they're not. This is my.
Are you burning the profits when they come in?
Granted, Luda had a bigger music career than Tyrese.
Yes.
But as far as acting, I think Tyrese has done more.
I had enough of this. I'm looking this up. Tyrese Gibson net worth. It's got to happen. He better start. He better start.
It's probably gonna say something like 16.
He better
17.
start liquidating some shit. According to Celebrity Net Worth, he has an estimated net worth of $10 million.
Yeah, so I was figuring something around that, low teens.
Da-da-da.
But my joint
And
is
I'm
this.
seeing something else that say $23 million.
My joint is this though. Luda is worth like 70 or 80 mil. Vin Diesel makes $60 million a year. The Rock is worth 100. It's like
You in the mix with all these niggas and you can't figure it out?
Paul Walker's estate probably is shot through the fucking
Probably
roof.
250.
It's something crazy. It's just like I don't understand how Tyrese, and you're like a name. It ain't like you're like what's the girl, Vin Diesel's chick in the movie.
Oh,
See what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
it ain't like you're a name. Like you're a viable name to this. So it's like I don't understand how you're in this situation at all. Like the movie is making $1 billion a fucking flip
every time.
So it's like,
And you fully vested.
who's your agent? Who's your manager that they can't get in there and be like, oh no, we want more than $8 million for this? Because you figure Vin Diesel don't even get paid regularly now. Vin Diesel make money off the back end of it.
Yeah.
Like they said, one year he made like $80 million. It was the only movie he did.
Yeah.
I think it was Fast 6.
Yeah, why would I take the Yeah, we're going to give you 25 guaranteed, or you can take 17% of the gross.
You like the budget was $250. Give me the back
Give
end.
me the fucking back end.
Like no,
We're
that
the
don't make
biggest
sense.
shit in China since Kobe Bryant. Like,
It's
what do
you know they got the biggest franchise in movie history now. It's like
it's absurd.
Like the Rock and Jason Statham spinoff, that's gonna do $800 million, and then they're gonna come back for Fast 9, and that's gonna do $1 billion.
Yeah, then they gonna come back with Hobbs 2.
Yeah,
Like,
Hobbs versus Stone Cold, some old crazy shit. That's gonna sell.
Hobbs
600.
versus Hollywood Hogan.
Me and my girl was looking at the highest movies of all time. The Hobbit. Them movies,
Crazy.
the Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit,
Yeah,
they got
it's
like
absurd.
8 movies that have all made more than $800 million. I'm like, what the fuck?
It's fucking absurd.
It's insane, man. But yeah, Tyrese is losing.
It's just like, my thing is, it's like they say if you hang around 9 broke motherfuckers, you bound to be the 10th one. How is he hanging around 9 mega rich motherfuckers and he the only broke one? It doesn't make it's just bad business sense.
Because you're trying to rumble the Rock. That isn't smart.
Like, you trying to schedule a fade with a nigga that's 6'7", 280.
Like, think about Ricky Davis when LeBron showed up in Cleveland. Ricky Davis like about to sock this nigga, and they like, you know you're gonna like get put out the league, right? Like
the whole league. This
like
is the face of the
tripping.
NBA. Like, you trying to fight the face of major motion pictures.
Chris Childs punching Kobe. You're out of here.
You're done.
You're done, buddy.
In theory, it seems like a good idea. In actuality,
Shaq came in there and was like, look, I can't take this shit no more. It's either him or me. And they like, you got a house in Miami, right? Get your ass out of here. Give us Lamar Odom.
And Karan Butler and some picks.
Like, when you dealing with, like, the face of shit, you, like, and that's where it's like Tyrese really has to be losing it, because it's like, you supposed to want The Rock there, because that's just...
You supposed to be like, Rock, love you.
Like, when they say they doing Hobbs and Statham before
you
Fast
better find a role,
you
nigga.
You supposed to be like, oh, I need a little role in that.
Yeah, let me get a little cameo.
Yeah, little 600,000 never hurt nobody. Keep the grill on. Yeah, you know what I'm saying? Something. I just don't understand it.
Let me pay for my propane tanks, man. Come on.
Like, I'm like, yo, Tyrese really got to be. Did you see the outfit he had on when he went to court? He had on like a blazer with like a sweater under it. Yeah, with jeans and ball sneaks. I'm
then
like,
he posted a picture of him and his wife hugging in the hallway.
I was like, someone took this of us. Like, yo, Tyrese really the fuck shot out, man. It's like, yeah, it's not looking good over there in Tyrese land.
Holy shit.
I don't know what to say. All right, we got a topic we can definitely go left on. This is about that time. Where we at on time, Justin? I don't know what that means. Okay, cool. He's giving me a peace sign. There was a topic going around on Twitter this past week, or apparently it was on Instagram. I don't know because I don't have an Instagram.
Okay.
Women are now demanding $350 dates.
Oh boy.
What the fuck are y'all ordering, first off, before we even get into the
Where are y'all going?
Like, because realistically, even if you go to, like, Barclay and order the cheesesteak's what, $110 now?
$110 or $120, something like that.
You order 2 meals, couple drinks, that might not even be $350.
Yeah.
So it's just like, where is this coming from?
I don't know, man. Like, it confused the shit out of me, and I'm just like, yo, there's just some, like, the nature of social media is that 99% of the time, we don't even know where shit originates from. Like, there's no, like, hey, out of Pappy, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I did it. Like, there's no origin of it.
Out of Pappy.
Like, shit just appears and then it just becomes a thing. And then it's like, by the time we get wind of it, it's already, like, veering left already. So this is just one of them things to where it's like, yo, like, who made this up? Like, what 14-year-old or whatever, like, was sitting at home like, you know what? I'm going to get the internet going today. I'm going to put up this meme about $350 dates. Like,
but I see it from, like, real life people I follow and people that retweet people and shit. And I'm just like, do y'all really be this shallow to where y'all really be caring about how much a meal costs to enjoy a meal?
Why does it matter? That's my biggest thing. Is like, why does it matter? It's like, yo, y'all essentially are counting money, actually counting money, and then two, basically like counting favors. Like, oh, if you don't spend $350 on me, you don't love me. Like, what? We went from $200 dates to $350 dates, and we still don't even know like where the $200 date shit originated from. Nobody's.
This is like one of my last days on Instagram when I literally got to the point where it was like, okay, I'm completely sick of you niggas.
Yeah.
One of the women who I followed, who was actually like, I liked following her. She had nice pictures and she had good shit to say sometimes on Tweetgrams. She posted like a picture of a bill at a restaurant. And I never, like, I don't get that. What's the purpose in that? Like, why are you taking pictures of a check anyway? You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's tacky.
It's super tacky. Why are you posting this on Instagram? And then the weird part is like, no matter how weird the picture is, no matter how dumb the video is, it's 560 people who like this shit. And it's just like, why y'all liking this, man? Like, what? Like, for what? It's a check at a restaurant.
Yeah.
Everyone who's ever been to a restaurant gets those. They put them in those little black envelopes that we often leave our debit cards sitting in. It's like, I don't get it. But it's like a thing to us. Like, oh, my meal cost $270.
Yeah.
Look at this. And people liking it. Oh, y'all was eating good. Stupid shit. It's hilarious to me. I find it ridiculous. But
most people that's the thing. Most people with sense find it ridiculous. Like, it's everything about it is ridiculous and tacky. And it's like, yo, people with real money don't indulge in these type of activities. Like, when you see like NFL players like upload like absurd bills, it's like, I'm mad that I have to pay this. Like, it's not like, oh, we're stunting on y'all. It's like, yo, the whole fucking team made me take them to dinner. I got to pay $17,000. I don't even make $17,000 this month. It's like that sort of thing. Like, it's not like a proud
it's just
moment.
Weird, because it's like I've been to these. Like, I've gone to Del Frisco so many times. Like, the fucking cologne dude knows me. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I never took a picture of a bill. Like, or was like, yeah, I'm going on a $200 date tonight.
$200 date night.
I'd be like, you shit better not cost $200. It's like I don't understand it. So it's like, I'm more so on a tip. Like, you have a tighter relationship with these niggas. I don't. So I'm like, maybe you get it, because I'll be lost.
My thing is, like, I've been out and I've spent $30 and had the time of my life. I fucking had.
Me and my girl had so much fun the other night. We had a pot of dirty rice.
Life is what you make it at the end of the day. Like, and it's like,
and we go every fucking way.
Motherfuckers is like looking for acceptance and looking to impress broke people with money, and it's just like, yeah, they're going to be impressed by money because they're broke, but now you're broke too because you just spent $350 on a date.
Yeah.
Now you don't know where your next meal is coming from. I hope you ordered extra.
I said, I'm like, yo, $350 is a lot.
$350
is
crazy excessive, yo.
That's a lot of food.
That's
from the
like
supermarket.
Damn near like 2 months worth of food. Like, it's like one or two. If it's like two people in the house, that's like 2 months worth of food.
Don't let you have like a BJ's joint or hit up Jomar or one of them. Like, what? You go get a meat packet? Man, listen, $350 a lot of fucking money when it come to going out for one meal at a restaurant.
Yeah, you go to PJP's, you get that shit damn near wholesale price.
Yeah, PJP's, how about it? Like, but it's the truth, and it's like we've literally gotten to the point where it's all about showing off for other. Like, I don't even enjoy this meal, but this meal costs $350, so I can tell people that I went on. Yeah, it's like,
absolutely. Just like people like was fucking when Ocean Prime first opened, they run into Ocean Prime like they got their track shoes on to take pictures of the drinks and all that shit. I'm like, yo, y'all do know this food is actually terrible. Like, and I hate it. Like, I've been there like 4 or 5 times. Like, I hate the food.
Like, I tell motherfuckers this time, what's the seafood joint on Rittenhouse Square?
Was it
Devon's? I don't like it. I went, they fucked my girl order up, and then the shit I had, I was just like, nah.
I went to Butcher and Singer one time in life. I've been trying to give them an opportunity to redeem themselves. I just never made it back there. But I went there on New Year's Day one time.
Well, on those days, you be low-key playing yourself because it just be so much going on.
They, like, overcooked the shit out of my veal chop or whatever, and I just was like, it was, like, burnt. And I'm just like, yo, I'm over this shit, and I just never been back ever since. Even though I know a lot of people that like their food. So eventually I'm going to go back.
My girl, she always talk about it.
You know what else Del Frisco did that pissed me off? They changed the fucking salmon.
I never had the salmon there.
They changed it. It used to be like different sides and all that shit, and they changed it, and now it's like a fucking seafood fried rice or some shit. I'm allergic to seafood. I can't eat that shit.
I like their calamari. Whenever I go to Del Frisco, I order the same thing. I get an order of lamb chops and a filet. Bring both of them. I don't give a fuck. That's what I want. It's like, yeah, I never had their salmon though. Like, I never even thought to get that shit.
My favorite restaurant, and I normally don't give up my spots. My favorite restaurant is Fleming's.
Fleming's is good.
Fleming's is damn good.
My favorite restaurant, because it's like borderline gluttony, is Fogo de Chao. I just enjoy my time.
I can't eat that much.
I just enjoy they salad bars, like compared to Chima and Nebraska and all, like their salad bar is just retarded. And then the food is just phenomenal.
Davio's food is pretty decent too, but they fucking wrap everything in like bacon of some sort. Like, I can't fuck with it.
I never been there.
It's like they're called a Northern Italian Steakhouse. There's one right downtown. It's on the upstairs part of where G Lounge used to be.
Oh no, I've seen it. I've just never.
And now they got one in King of Prussia too. But like their food, the food that I had from there, is fucking excellent. I ordered a fucking entree. It was like fucking chicken wrapped in prosciutto. I'm like, y'all can throw this away. I gave it to a homeless man.
Okay.
Had to chalk it.
That was a good deed, at least.
Oh yeah, no, it was my karmic energy was my karmic.
I got 3 restaurants. I'm not saying on the joint. Like I got 3 spots. Like no, but we know. Like I could get to my girl on 11. I should tell you, like they're just so low key, so out the way. The food is phenomenal, and they're not pricey neither. And I feel like that. Like I don't understand the purpose of going out to spend $350 when in the real world you're trying to get the best food for the best discount for the best price.
Yeah. It's like it's the same theory like with niggas that like overpay for jewelry and then be bragging about it. I'm like, you do know the goal is to get what you want for the lowest number possible, right?
Yeah, like if you paid $11,000 for like a Pepsi bezel GMT,
you got
and they cost $8,600.
You
like,
got. There's no pride in that. Like you can't recover that fucking $2,400. You dumb fuck.
Nah.
Like,
and it's I don't. That's why I don't get the whole. The bill gotta cost $350, and it's like, yo, you can find so many great dining experiences for less than that.
Absolutely.
For half that, for a quarter of that on some nights. Like, it's weird because poor people who live in row homes and have fire engine holes in their fucking ceilings will try to play people for going to a restaurant on restaurant week, and it's like, no.
The idea.
This is the
lick.
This is why they put the banners up. It's the lick. Exactly.
They want us to come. It's the lick. It's the best food for the lowest price.
Duh.
It's not hard.
It's like if they told you niggas, yo, Balenciagas, which I don't know if you've been looking. I know you probably understand. Have you noticed the prices shooting up on this shit?
I was talking to Sean about it the other day. He said that when the Speed Racers came out, I have 2 pairs. He said when they first came out, they were $495 and they wouldn't move. Like nobody would buy them. They're like, what the fuck is this? This is horrible. And then some tastemaker somewhere, I don't know who, put them on and they like made a slight tweak to the design and they went from having like the ribbing in the socks to just being solid. And they fucking raised the price to $595 and now they can't keep them in stock. And in the last month, they raised the price from $595 to $625 to $695.
Yeah.
So they've literally gone up $200 in 1 quarter.
I read something the other day said Balenciaga's bigger than Gucci now.
Yep.
I'm like, damn.
Yep. For Q3 2017, they outsold Gucci for the first time ever.
Crazy.
Yeah, because they fucking raised the price on everything across the board.
But it's like it's the equivalent of them telling you, yo, the Balenciagas is $595. We selling them today for $250, and you like, what? No, I'm getting
fuck them nut ass Balenciagas.
No, I'm getting them tomorrow when they $595. Fuck wrong with you? That's really how motherfuckers act with restaurant.
My salesperson at the Balenciaga store in Vegas, I had ordered the black ones from her, and I hit back like, yo, y'all still got the white ones? She's like, I'm getting a fresh shipment on this day. So she hit me. She said, yo, I got the shipment. I got your size to the side. You got to put your order in today or they're going up to $695 tomorrow. Stupid ass me would have been like, oh, no, fuck it. I'll holler at you tomorrow. Like, I don't want to pay the extra $70. Like, for what? It's the same shoe. It doesn't make sense.
It's just weird. Like, you're going to come. You think they're giving you, like, grade D beef at Del Frisco's during restaurant week? Like, yeah, we scraped the salmonella off and put that shit on the grill. Like, no, it's the same
grade A shit.
Take your ass to restaurant week. That's because motherfuckers have this thing where they've given themselves, like, false shields of pride. Yeah. Like, oh, I get so much paper and do so much that it's like, I can't be seen here on restaurant. And it's like, no, everyone there is there for the deal.
Yeah.
That's why they're there.
This is the give back.
It's the lick.
It's the lick. It's the give back for the other fucking. They do it fucking what? Basically 4 weeks out of the year. 2 weeks in September and then 2 weeks in like January. They do it to one, give back, and then the two, to spur business during a slow period. Because during back to school, everybody focused on their kids. Ain't nobody worried about no fucking restaurant.
And right after Christmas, it's like motherfuckers is broke from that spending. So get your ass out here for a $30 fucking meal that normally costs $70. Come through.
It's the lick.
We got it
in. It's the fucking lick, man.
We got it for cheap. Come through here. I never will understand that concept when it come to us. It's like we're the only people who do that. Fuck that. I ain't, nah.
False sense of pride, man. It's like you said.
It's crazy, yo. I don't understand it at all.
Say, what did the lock say? It's easy to get money, but it's hard to keep it. Like, I'm not in a rush to get my motherfucking money.
You're going to be older way longer than you're going to be younger. That's another chic line. Like
listen.
Why y'all want to spend all your money this year? Like, pace yourself.
Listen,
put some of this shit up.
I've been fucking like cursing I've been refusing to go to the bank for anything.
You see how I was the other day? I'm like, yo, I don't even got no cash. I gotta go to the bank that's not even open. I don't have no cash.
Listen, I've been cursing myself out all month.
This shit go to a credit union that I can't get to. That's how the fuck you don't touch this shit though.
Fucking Gucci called me sent me an email the other day. Was like, hey, your pre-order from August is finally ready to ship, and your credit card is no good. Yeah, you fucking right, because I changed credit cards since then. Then I called them and gave them the wrong credit card. I was pissed. Fucking processed my order. I was mad as shit.
Yeah, I don't understand why we be in such a rush to spend money.
I'm not.
It just doesn't make any sense.
I had fun this summer. I went on a bunch of trips and all that shit. That shit is dead.
Save some of that shit.
I ain't going fucking past New York or D.C. or west of Pittsburgh.
We mentioned Deontay Wilder beat the living hell out of
he
Stavern.
beat the shit out of him. It was embarrassing.
It was embarrassing. We don't really need to go into detail with
I think
that.
he shit on himself a little bit.
Yeah, it was bad. It was horrible. You want to get some NBA talking real quick? The NBA is lit right now.
Yo, listen.
NBA is on fire, yo.
I'm torn because everybody knows Steph Curry's my favorite player, but goddamn, Kyrie, man. You on some shit this year.
I still think when they run into Cleveland, though, in a 7-game.
Oh, yeah. No, it's going to be trouble, but for the right now, it's definitely an intriguing story to talk about.
It's exciting to watch.
Because he's the best player. He lost his second best player, and he playing with a bunch of young pups, and he's out there.
Well, them young bucks is good.
They very good.
Jaylen Brown, Marcus Smart, they're all phenomenally good.
And he's leading them, and he's showing what
like
the
people
fuck
don't realize.
he can
Like
do.
Boston went to the fucking Eastern Conference Finals last year as the 1 seed, so it's like that team was pretty fucking good, and that's why I was trying to explain to somebody the other day. I'm like, yo, they're like, oh, Cleveland's stinking it up. I'm like, well, you do know they gave away their number 1 scoring threat. And the person who they got for him is in sweatpants.
Like, he's not out there.
So IT and like LeBron said, we're not looking to IT to be the savior.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, they lost their number 1 scorer and second player behind LeBron. Yeah, the shit this year is like, I knew Greek Freak was going to be Greek Freak.
Yeah.
I told you he was going to lead the league in scoring. I knew that. Bron is Bron. I feel like they're going to be cool at the end of the whole shit. The Warriors is the Warriors. I didn't think the nigga Ben Simmons was going to be this good. I knew he was going to be nice. Like, he's playing all-star.
Did you see the old tweet that they brought up of Michael Wilbon when he was? He was like, I would take him 100 times out of 100 on the NBA roster. He's like, no, what I meant was in a college basketball setting. They're like, yo, it clearly says NBA right here. Nigga, fuck what I said. That's what I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Fuck y'all, okay?
Here y'all come with your facts.
Here you come with this facts and this empirical data.
Fact bullshit.
This fucking evidence. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? Y'all need to grow the fuck up.
Real shit. But, yeah, the NBA is lit right now, man. A lot of talent, a lot of players, a lot of motherfuckers playing good.
Lakers losing to Washington right now.
Can we do this? We got 150,000 signatures on the Meek petition. I'm going to start a petition to get Caldwell Pope off the Lakers. Yo, I wish Chad and Ra could tell y'all. Explain how mad I be in the group chat with this nigga.
Man just come out of nowhere and be like, this nigga Caldwell.
I hate Bull. I hate him.
Yo, KCP is so frustrating because like he'll make a fantastic defensive play and then get cooked the next series down.
He got cracked
or shoot an air ball
on one play last
and
night.
Then he shot an air ball on the other jump.
Unreal.
It was a beautiful rotation. They had the ball movement like the Warriors. They get up court to him. He wide open for a 3 in the corner.
Air ball.
He pump fakes it. Instead of just catching and shooting, he pump fakes, got the defender on him, takes a contested shot, and then airballs it.
Caldwell Pope is fucking crazy.
Yo, he turned down $84 million. He's gonna be sick this summer.
Crazy.
He turned
How
down
was
$84
that an
million.
offer?
Detroit said, you know what? That's cool. We're gonna get you out of here. Avery Bradley. Avery Bradley on line 1.
I told y'all yesterday, the Lakers blocked me on Twitter. I was going off on them pussies yesterday.
It's like, yo, do y'all fucking have shooting practice?
Yo, the Lakers straight block. I'm a Laker fan. They straight blocked me on Twitter. I feel some type of way about that.
Yo, something else.
Because I was going off on them on Twitter. I'm like, what the fuck? Luke Walton don't be awake during the game.
Yo, he got the worst rotations I ever seen.
Why do you have the best players on your team coming off the bench?
Best players in the worst fucking rotations, man.
It's fucking insane. But one last point before we get out of here. Have you listened to Chris Brown's new album yet?
I've been listening to it all day. Holy shit.
It's good as shit.
Tempo, that John, what's the John with A1? Sensei. Like,
to my bed, all that shit.
It's some fucking records on that shit. Oh my god, he gold already.
Yeah,
he went gold in a week. They said he about to go platinum. He already did over 400 million streams as of last week. As of last week, because and Joe Budden said it perfectly. He was like, "Yo," he said, in looking for the songs that I like, I end up listening to shit that I thought that I didn't like, and now I like that too. So I'm listening to all this shit.
Did you see Joe Budden's and Act talking about the Meek shit?
I didn't particularly appreciate it.
Act been going hard as shit.
He has an issue. Like, he has an issue with Meek or whatever. It's like some personal shit.
I'm like, maybe I'm reading too much into it.
No, you're not. No,
it just seemed like
it's like he's like over, like almost like overdoing his job in some sort of pursuit to, like, you know what I'm saying, like put his stamp on like whatever the situation is. And yeah, it's just like, yo, and for Joe Budden, it's like, dog, you've been in the system before. You had supervised probation and community service and all that shit. And it's just like, they're just making it seem like the lawyer just full of shit. And it just was weird. The way that they were covering it was weird. And it just like, it kind of angered me a little bit because I'm like, yo, at the end of the day, like we said in the beginning of the show, he's a dickhead. Yes. He's a nuisance. Yes. He's not a criminal. And for y'all to be acting like it's okay for the judge to get him 2-4 and that you not surprised, it's like his lawyer was surprised. The fucking minority owner of the Sixers, Jay-Z, was surprised. Yeah. And they a part of the situation and they surprised. How aren't you surprised? Yeah. How you become this legal expert all of a sudden because you watch 10,000 episodes of SVU or some shit? Like, what are you talking about, academics? Get the fuck out of here.
Lakers' 2 highest scorers tonight, Clarkson and Randall, off the bench, other than Brook Lopez.
Yo, Brook Lopez feet don't work.
He looked good for like 2-3 games there out of nowhere, though.
His feet don't work. Lonzo got, what, 8 and 8?
Yeah, but he's 3 for 10.
He, like, his shot is, like, broke.
He's like, his brother in jail in China. So that's what I'm attributing this shit to right now. Because it's like, yo,
brother's
bro,
book, man.
Yeah, it's like, yo, bro, your shit is not cooking.
Yo, his shit is broke. He was like 4 for 14 last night.
Yeah. My homie texted me like, yo, what's up with your man? I'm like, brother in jail, man, in China. He's like, man, I don't want to hear that shit. Nigga been broke all fucking money. I'm like, yeah, I don't fucking know. But
you
it's
gotta
like,
get it together.
They gonna have to put Lonzo in like some type of shooting practice or something. Like, because that shit is not the fuck working right now. And they be daring him to shoot.
Yeah.
That's the fucked up part. And that's the crazy part with the NBA right now. It's like, it's a scoring point guard league, so you have to be able to score.
It's almost like he's putting his team at a disadvantage because he can't score and they can't convert on the passes. So it's twofold because he has 8 assists right now. He probably should have 14. Yeah. So there's games where he legitimately probably would have had 20 assists if they wasn't just complete dog shit around him or whatever. So it's making it that much harder and putting that much more pressure on his shot because they know, all right, you can't shoot. That's not your first option. These niggas can't shoot neither. So when you pass it to them, 9 times out of 10 they not going, or 8 times out of 10 they not gonna convert on this shit. So just shoot. Fuck it. Hopefully he get it together, man. Free LiAngelo, stupid ass.
Yeah, dickhead of the year candidate.
LiAngelo and them.
Yeah, and them.
Imagine being locked up abroad and you just in them.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Like, I got a career too. Yeah, no, you in them.
Yeah.
You LiAngelo and them, Jello and them. Shit bad out here. As always, make sure y'all go to our website, therealestmerchever.com, buy a shirt, buy a hat. I think you can still spin the wheel. I could be wrong for discount. I don't know. Paris, correct me if I'm wrong, if you could still spin the wheel or not. We had some decent sales month last month. If y'all know anybody want to sponsor the show, let us know. And we are coming up on 1 year anniversary soon. January 18th, 2017 was our original 1 year. So we got about exactly like 10 weeks or whatever.
Yeah, about that.
About 9-10 weeks or whatever. And supposed to be working on our 1 year anniversary event with like a big company that I'm good friends with. So we'll keep y'all posted with all of that. And we want to do a live show for the 1 year also.
That would be lit.
Yeah.
Hopefully it all works out.
Hear that? Just live show. I got 2 words for you. Live show. And I got 2 more words for you. Sponsorship.
Yeah.
That's all I got.
I'm Matt. That's Chad. TRPE. Episode 40. I know what episode it is this week. Amazingly. Follow me on Twitter, man. Matt makes me sick.
Follow me on Twitter @_. My Twitter been blowing up lately.
Yeah, I love Twitter now, man. My Twitter, I like Twitter. Twitter's fun. I got away from all the silliness, and it's just good interactions, good laughs and shit. But we're out. We done.
Peace.